is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. That's money. Enter it now.
Your chance to win is at ESPNAVL.com. Good luck.
Live from the Ingle studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog see! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app. We're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, join us in said chat. Today is a Wednesday. I don't know if it's a woo-woo Wednesday or a Power rankings
Wicked
Wednesday.
Wonderful Wednesday.
Sorry I could not be with you yesterday. Things happen during the day sometimes. It's, you got to take it. Everything's fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody's good. All things are good. Just, family emergencies. Now, what did you talk about yesterday, Jeremy?
Jeremy did a 1 hour and 54-minute live stream of the NFL draft, talking to himself.
Sweet.
On January the 13th, which means by April, I'm going to be full Rain Man just going Wapner. Got to watch Wapner. Definitely Wapner.
Yep. We'll have, continuing coverage of the NFL draft all through the Draftmas season. We are going to be making fun of some people. One person.
All the teams interviewing Arthur Smith. You're
Is he getting a bunch of interviews?
He interviewed with the Titans and the Cardinals, I think,
for their head coaching job.
I wouldn't interview Arthur Smith to clean the bathrooms in the facility.
Oh, I would hire him just so I could say he can't wear a mustache. I would go full reverse New York Yankees on him. Nope. Just no facial hair at all.
No mustachio.
He's but what about the plate? I'm not concerned about the players.
Don't care.
I want you to get rid of your porn stash right now.
Nope. You look like you starred in a fun version of Debbie Does Everybody, and you were one of everybody. So, congratulations, Arthur. No.
Yeah. Worst mustache of all time, is it Arthur or is it Arthur Smith, or is it Adam Morrison?
Oh, Adam Morrison's is the worst of all time. I genuinely feel like the federal government should have arrested Adam Morrison, not because I think he did anything, but because that mustache told me he was capable of it.
I've started calling my son Adam Morrison because he refuses to shave because he doesn't understand that you stimulate the growth doing that. And he's like, no, he's still got all the baby fuzz, and now big boy hairs are starting to come in. And it's like, you need to do something about that.
This is as the better bearded one of the two.
Sure.
Shaving does not actually stimulate growth. That's a myth.
Is it really?
It's not true. If it was true, I would look like Yukon Jack by now. Because I had to start.
What part of you doesn't look like Yukon Jack?
It's not full enough. I don't quite have the Dan Bilzerian. Just holy crap! How many follicles are on your face?
The only difference between you and Yukon Jack would be, two things: one, the way you dress, and two, the calluses on your hands. Because you ain't doing that.
I haven't done a hard day's work in my entire life. You see these? These have been. Well, you think these have been soaking in ivory liquid, Junior? We had a Seinfeld reference in the chat. It felt like the time, and it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyhow, all right. So you spent all day talking about the draft yesterday.
I did. I got my first who of the draft season thanks to Randy. Randy asked me a player. I'm not sure he didn't make him up. I asked every scout that I talked to consistently, do you know who this is? Now, most scouts are not that far down the rabbit hole. We start rounding those things out around the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl.
Right.
I actually, and I'm not going to tell you who this person is, but everybody in this room can attest, it is someone in the NFL, and it is someone I'm very close to. I sent the name, and he said, "Are you just making these up at this point?" Because I don't have even the vaguest idea of who that
Did
is.
you actually Google him to make sure that he played?
There are pictures of him, but those could be planted by the government. I don't know.
I mean, it could be AI. Anything could be AI.
Yeah, he played at Cal, so I don't make a habit of watching Cal games other than to just mock.
Right. I mean, I saw a video yesterday of some very lovely woman eating a glass apple that turned into mush when she bit into it. So, I mean, you can really make anything look like it's legit on AI these days.
Hey, my Instagram feed has some very pretty girl that eats cheeseburgers in like one bite. I don't know who she is.
That's not AI though. She actually does that.
She actually does that. Yeah. And in my lesser days, I would have been asking my people to talk to her people because an introduction would be fun. But this is not my lesser days. These are my better days.
Well, I'm sure yesterday on the program you had some good fun with the Mike Tomlin story. Mike Tomlin no longer the head
I
coach.
didn't because it happened literally 2 minutes after the
Oh, did it
tournament.
really?
So I got a message early in the day of something weird's about to happen in Pittsburgh.
Right.
I thought they were going to fire him. But this is how you have to sort through news. I didn't know enough, and I thought there was a possibility that it was going to be he wanted his own GM, he wanted to move on from Arthur Smith, maybe he's going to stick around. And then that broke. Look, the Mike Tomlin thing, it makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
And this is a great time to say, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, you have the ability to do the funniest damn thing in the history of the world. Just hire each other.
No.
And you know what it'll prove? That we've been right the whole time. You were 100% interchangeable, and it did not matter.
And you'll still continue to go to the playoffs and not win. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, because the Pittsburgh Steelers will still go 9-8. The Baltimore Ravens will underachieve in the playoffs because I think those two are the same person. And now they're both let go in the same year.
Did you hear Bisciotti joking about it at his press conference?
Oh, the Bisciotti joke was great.
Oh, yeah. They asked him about it.
Did you hear what he said when he was asked, would John Harbaugh have remained the coach if Tyler Luke made that kick? Did you hear his answer?
No, I didn't.
For a week. And that made me go, best owner in sports. Right there. That guy. I also bet you that dude can tell you where to get the best sandwich in Baltimore, and he may or may not have some relatives that have made people sleep with the fishes because he looks like a crime boss.
You are such a – I mean, wow. That's racist.
Steve Bisciotti looks and sounds like John Gotti. Hey, would you have not killed that guy if he didn't mess that up? No, I'd probably killed him anyway. Just because I wanted to.
Oh,
if he dies, he dies.
Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin's no longer in Pittsburgh. 19 years it's been. Never had the losing season. But in the end, all good things come to an end. And at some point you have to look at each
things?
Absolutely, it was good things.
Are you sure?
Stop it. You make the playoffs 13 out of 19 seasons, that's good things. Just because you didn't win a Super Bowl every one of those years.
All right, let me ask you a question.
That's good things.
If you go on 19 dates and 13 of them get to the doorstep and you don't ever get through the front door, but that one time with that one girl that maybe drank too many cocktails at dinner, do you consider yourself a player? Because I don't.
While everybody else is striking out, sure.
Hey, you swing. Miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
The Pittsburgh Steelers were a top 12/top 16 team.
The Pittsburgh
NFL.
They are the line of demarcation. They are the line in the NFL.
Yeah.
Are you great or are you bad? Because they are the one team in the NFL that's just always good.
We're there.
You don't even say good with like an air of confidence. Now, here's my question. Mike
Tomlin,
Tomlin,
you haven't since been, obviously.
Well, here's my question. So Mike Tomlin has basically said that he's not going to coach in 2026.
Yes.
There is also an element to this that I think needs to be explained because I haven't heard anybody say this well. So he stepped down.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that means that a team would have to trade for him, right?
Yes.
A lot of people don't seem to understand that.
Yes.
Because a lot of people go, we should fire our coach to interview Mike Tomlin. A, no, you probably shouldn't. B, what do you think the interest around the league in him would be? Take the open jobs out. Do you think anybody would fire their coach for Mike Tomlin? Because I don't. I don't, and there's one very simple reason why. If you ever notice the offensive coaches that he has, they get shot into the pit of misery and you never see them again. Matt Canada, what's he doing right now?
Yeah.
Matt Canada could be selling the South Side for iHeart Asheville right now. I wouldn't know. I have no clue because Pittsburgh ran him so far into the ground. A, he's not good at his job. B, they did nothing to prop him up. You've got to look at that and go, you did this with one of the better front offices in the league. What are you going to do with a mediocre one? This has been my problem with John Harbaugh, too.
But what front office is going to look at him and go, well, we can't give him the tools to win? They're all going to believe it. A team like Arizona.
So I feel like with Harbaugh and Tomlin, they're both destined for the same thing.
Okay.
You're going to get a job that is not nearly as easy as the job you just had, and you're not going to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Most retread coaches are fired within 3 years. That's not an opinion, it's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Most guys on their second bite at the apple are fired within 3 years. I think they both probably would be.
Interesting.
So just be honest. Look around with John Harbaugh. Do you think he's going to win with the New York Giants? Because I don't.
I mean, I think he would win more than anybody else would.
Is he a better quarterback guy than Brian Daboll? Oh, the answer to that is an unequivocal no. That's what the whole franchise is about. Okay, so you make the defense fractionally better. You still don't have any corners, which oddly enough, Baltimore, that's one of the positions they can't draft either. So, I mean, you're still going to have roster flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta is the one with Harbaugh where I go, you know what? Maybe his structure could work there because that roster's not – they don't have huge holes. I've been working on team needs for the draft over the last 2 days. Atlanta is one of those that I don't have a lot of, oh, my God, you must address that right now. Other than wide receiver, and this is a good year to need one of those.
But I believe you're setting yourself up for failure if you expect they're going to come in and turn around a program.
But that's what people think.
Oh, I get it.
That's what
I get people.
What you just said is exactly my problem with Tomlin and Harbaugh, is that fans are going to see that, and they're going to go, well, they were the bastion of stability with the Steelers and the Ravens. Were they? Or were they in franchises that were the bastion of stability? Do you realize since 1996, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens combined have 5 coaches?
Mm-hmm.
Combined.
Mm-hmm.
The first text sent yesterday about who's going to be the next coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers is the first time a text message has ever been sent from an iPhone asking that question, because Mike Tomlin was hired 5 months before the iPhone came out.
Right.
Those franchises are that good. I'm not sure those 2 coaches are that good. They have a lot of experience. I feel like they're going to be compared to Andy Reid, and it ain't going to go well. Because Andy Reid is really the only modern reference we have of somebody that has been with a team for that long. They go somewhere else, and it doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to tell you, if you go into years that start with a 1, you get a lot of Jimmy Johnson, Dave Wannstedt. They go to the second place, and it just fails miserably because they try to bring what they did. with a good culture. Wow. Dave Wannstedt looks exactly like my dad, and it makes me laugh. Like, they look exactly alike.
Mm-hmm.
They don't talk anything alike because my father talks like me. And Dave Wannstedt's got that, hey, Mike Ditka accent to him. They go to that second place and they try to recreate what they had the first time. The problem is that the organization's not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Johnson leaves the Dallas Cowboys. He got lucky in a Herschel Walker trade where Minnesota gave them the world, and they did a really good job of drafting players. He went to Miami. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't find a quarterback. They couldn't draft players. Mm-hmm. They had no position players. Mm-hmm. It was not good. Mm-hmm. And I do have a fear that you're going to see that with John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, because you had every single advantage in Pittsburgh. Those are both glamour franchises. They are both places that guys want to play. It is easy to get free agents there. You have a scouting department that is just aces. And now you're going to go to the Giants or the Falcons or the Jets or the Browns. None of what I just said applies to those four places. But you're going to be thought of as the white knight riding in on your horse to save the day. And you're not going to. It worked for Andy Reid for two reasons. One, that Kansas City roster was already pretty good. Mm-hmm. Two, he's an offensive guy that found his quarterback, went, that is my guy. Be really honest with yourself about John Harbaugh. What is he? His acumen falls into blank. I'm going to get better at blank just because he walked in the door.
Culture.
Awesome. And look, there's a merit to culture. Is
Special
your
teams.
offense going to get better? Is your defense going to get better? Sure, your special teams will be aces.
Right.
Who are the three best special teams units in the NFL right now?
Who cares?
You don't know because it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the best teams in this league are god-awful on special teams. Mike Tomlin, when he comes in your building, you immediately get better at what? Don't give me defense. That defense has been overrated as hell for 10 years. Mm-hmm. It just finally manifested itself when you have no corners whatsoever.
But you don't think that he can find coaches to come with him wherever he goes that are going to lift the offense?
He hasn't done it for 19 years in Pittsburgh. Literally, he hasn't done it it's been a lot of Arthur Smith, Matt Canada, Terrell Austin, who, oh, by the way, Terrell Austin was one of the hottest coordinators in this league. Mm-hmm. He went to Pittsburgh, and nobody will hire him. He's going to end up being a cornerbacks coach for a team because that defense in Pittsburgh was so unabashedly bad. So there's this myth in people's heads of, we had Cam Hayward, we had J.J. Watt, we have Alex Highsmith. This team is really good defensively. They haven't been in years. They're middle of the pack. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me he's going to take over a defensively lacking team, and all of a sudden this team that doesn't draft as well is going to get markedly better defensively? I just don't buy it. It's one thing when it's Andy Reid. Andy Reid could coach any team in this league, and that team's going to be able to score. Mm-hmm. He hooked up with Steve Spagnuolo and said the defense is your baby. I don't think Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh are doing that. Because I feel a lot of Arthur Smith going with Mike Tomlin, and I feel a lot of Todd Monken going with John Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. They're great coaches. They will go down in history as two of the better coaches we've ever had. I don't think anybody will ever call them great. I talked to a slew of Pittsburgh Steelers fans yesterday. I'm married to a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I met one that was sad. Mm-hmm. One.
Well, of course.
That should tell you
everything
you need to know.
You haven't won a playoff game in 10 years. Of course you're tired of it. You're not going to meet a Pittsburgh Steelers fan who's really upset about this right now unless they are, real close to Mike Tomlin. Of course they're not going to be that upset about it. Well, Mike Tomlin is a great coach.
I can't say great. I really can't. I cannot say great. To me, there have been maybe 15 great coaches in the history of this league, and I don't think John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin are either one of them. Mm-hmm. We've been on death watch for both of them for 5 years, looking around going, when do these two teams finally just go, we're never going to cross the threshold. You can't get us there. You both won a Super Bowl over a decade ago. Then you've both had rosters that were in the top 8 of the league. You can't even get to the conference championship game. Name me another great coach that I can say that about. This is the greats of the sport. Tom Landry. Okay, it was really bad at the end. Mm-hmm. It had been good for 20 freaking years before that. Chuck Noll. Mm-hmm. It was a little dicey at the end. Mm-hmm. You were the absolute dynasty of the 1970s. Jimmy Johnson, you had a dynasty for 4 years in Dallas. Mm-hmm. When was the dynasty of John Harbaugh? What, we can go 11-6 every year and get our ass handed to us in the playoffs? When was the dynasty of Mike Tomlin? I won a Super Bowl, my second or third year with this team? And then for 16 years, I had an offense that couldn't score to save their lives? That's my problem. It's the way you're phrasing them that's my problem with them, is that we look at them and we talk about them because we're in a league where coaches get turned over every 4 years. Mm-hmm. So you see a guy that survives this long and his longevity – every single year makes him greater and greater and greater, but it's not true. We haven't talked about Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh as a top 5 coach in this league in 5 years because it's been Andy Reid, it's been Sean McVay, it's been Kyle Shanahan, it's been a couple other rotating pieces that have come in here, and then, maybe at 5 we go Tomlin, maybe at 5 we go John Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. I've never in my life seen 2 guys that have more reverence to them just because they survived for so long. Just because you were here forever doesn't mean you're great. It's
because their teams were relevant for so long.
And you know what's
hard
funny?
To keep a team relevant that long.
I'm glad you said that. We have 2 super chats, one of which I'm going to need you to read when you play the button and figure out how to say that because I don't really know how.
Okay.
And another one that'll lead to our next topic.
Okay.
Because it's all about the money, money, money. All about the money, money, money.
I can't even read it because I don't even have it pulled up.
It's from Red Sea. He was talking about Arthur Smith's mustache, and he said, well, there was that one guy with a mustache in the 30s and 40s.
Imagine being able to build an...
See?
I mean, I can't say that about everybody with a mustache because we do have Sam Elliott and Tom Selleck. But for some reason, there's something about Arthur Smith's that just, stop that. Don't do that.
Because he looks like a police sketch from 1968.
He does. He kind of looks like that sketch they did of the Zodiac Killer. Not the face, just the mustache. That by itself is enough for me to go, you've done some bad stuff in your life. Mm-hmm. And then we have one more.
Show me the money, money. Show me the money.
It's from Rob Johnson. He said, do the Steelers go after Texans defensive coordinator Matt Burke? It's an interesting question. In the next segment, we're going to talk about who could be the next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who could be the next head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. And I think you're quickly going to understand when I start saying names. There's a trend.
Okay. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
Are you running for office and have a message you want every voter in your district to hear? Well, that's where radio comes in. Radio is your direct line to morning commuters, midday grinders, and late-nighters. Radio puts your message right where your voters are. Plus, it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign. Connect with millions all over the country. Even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Call now and be on air in just 48 hours. 844-844-IHEART. That's 844-844-IHEART.
Jesus didn't live passively. He lived on a rescue mission. As we step into the new year, the Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow podcast reminds us that God has called us to more, to live on purpose and rise as conquerors. As followers of Christ, we're called to do the same, because discipline may be painful in the moment, but it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow, and listen now.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for, train for, run winged sprints when nobody's watching for, the moment when hours of gym time, court time, prep time, all culminate into this time, the moment when millions of bounces, blocks, and boards all add up to this, your moment. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
This football season, Bears Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville. Your home for football where the fans feast.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
The Sportsocracy.
These guys are a f***ing disgrace.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's amazing the things that you learn about people in commercial breaks. Just saying.
Oh, it's so funny for me that now there's somebody that sits in this room every day that doesn't know our takes on everything. So she'll ask questions like, "What do you think about Subway?" I think the government should have disbanded you a long time ago. I think we let Elon Musk get rid of governmental waste, and I don't know how you didn't get got.
Yeah.
My opinions do not reflect those of iHeart Asheville or any other entity around here.
She either does not know or does not remember who Jared is. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There you go. You remember what happened to him? Oh, you should look it up.
Yeah. Google it off a computer that's not connected
Whatever happened to Jared from Subway? That's your new Ask Jeeves for the day.
Let's just put it this way. His new wife is not what you'd expect. We have another super chat.
That's a way to say it.
It's from Snap Judgments Randy. It's Randy L., and it's a trivia question for the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
Which head coach in the NFL has more rush yards than Bo Jackson?
We know this.
I don't.
You don't?
I mean,
we talked about this like a couple of weeks ago.
I can sound this out.
Probably. Bo Jackson didn't have a very long career, so his career yardage isn't that great. So think of what coach in the NFL possibly played long enough to amass enough yards rushing to pass Bo Jackson's meager attempt at an NFL career.
We don't have any head coaches that are running backs.
Mm-mm.
We don't have any head coaches that are wide receivers.
Nope.
So that means he's got a big quarterback.
Uh-huh. He had to been around for a while.
Kyle Shanahan was around for like 15 seconds, so it ain't him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Kevin O'Connell because he didn't play enough.
Nope.
It's got to be Jim Harbaugh. He's the only one that played long enough.
Ding! Jim Harbaugh. He does have more career rushing yards than Bo freaking Jackson. But only because, well, I mean, he hung around the NFL a lot. And I mean, he had some wheels at times.
Did he?
I mean, he had, like in the sense that Aaron Rodgers could run the ball.
I mean, not now.
No, Aaron's not going anywhere with that.
We don't have enough time to get into who's next in
You
Pittsburgh.
give him the pill. He's throwing it or swallowing it.
Well, you give him the pill, and his fictitious wife's going to have an enjoyable day. I still think it's funny that he's wearing a wedding band, and he's married to a woman that none of us have ever seen.
Really?
Nobody knows who his wife is.
Huh. Interesting.
Like, he's wearing a wedding band, just like I am. Nobody's ever seen her.
It's not that girl he was dating.
I can't believe nobody at any point has gone, Aaron, why did you marry Manti Te'o's ex-girlfriend? Is your wife in the room with us right now? Can the rest of us see her, or is it only you? Did you take an ayahuasca trip? That would, oh, God, M. Night Shyamalan should make that movie. Aaron Rodgers took an ayahuasca trip. He never fully came down from it. He played quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he married a ghost.
He came back married.
To a ghost.
That would be a better one.
This is my wife. Her name's Diane Shipley. Diane Shipley died in 1925, but she did die on that hill that you took ayahuasca on.
Mm-hmm.
The Town Part 2. What's the stupidest movie ever?
Town.
The Town. They were just living in a damn national park. Get out of here. Sorry, spoilers. The movie's 17 years old. I think you can figure it out.
I never saw that.
Oh, it was awful. It was some.
I never even heard of it.
It was like an old timey movie, and they were, and then
the Town I know is Ben Affleck movie where they robbed Fenway Park.
It's The Village.
Yes, I do remember that.
And then somebody breaks out of the little commune, and they're like, "Why is there an interstate right here?" Oh, because it's actually now. You're just living in a national park, you goober.
But we were all convinced that they were living in burn witches times.
Yeah,
like the Salem witch trials were about to happen next door.
So stupid. That one.
We've got a creepy thing in our forest. Well, did you hear what they're doing to people over in Salem? You got it pretty good.
You know what? The only thing that would have made that movie worse would be Jenny from Forrest Gump. She would have made The Village worse.
Jenny.
For nothing else, never mind. No good can come from a girl. You probably figured it out.
How did we get here?
We don't have penicillin in this village because it has not been invented yet. Except you can go right across that highway to the Sivas and get it. We just don't know about that because no one in this town can hear a vehicle.
We can't get out of the woods.
We told them that a Jake break was the ghost of Christmas past.
Been stuck in these woods for centuries.
Daddy, what's that noise?
Don't know.
God, the devil. It's
the grumbling of the thing's stomach. Who knows?
Sounded like a Kia Rio. Kia Rio catching on fire.
Rob
I don't
Johnson.
know how we got here, but it was fun while we did.
It was. Rob Johnson's super chat. Steelers go after Texans defensive coordinator Matt Burke next.
I don't think that's who they're going to chase. I do have I have a list, and obviously we don't have enough time here because, we talked about a movie from 17 years ago. That's what you get here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you hang out and spend your lunch hour with us every day, because you never just quite know what random thing we're going to talk about. I look at Baltimore and I look at Pittsburgh, and I think you're in exactly the same boat. And when I tell you the list of names that really make sense for both, I think you're going to pick up on the trend pretty fast.
Yeah, we'll get to it after this break here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM to 1400.
In Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories surround us, or at least west and north swing. Haywood, you're in that for this afternoon and in through tomorrow morning. That's where the snow will be, and it'll accumulate. We'll see some rain showers possible this afternoon here, 50. Rain showers eventually on over to a mix of rain and snow, possibly ending as snow early tonight. Cloudy with some clearing overnight. Mid-teens with a gusty wind developing. Partly sunny, windy, and cold tomorrow near 25. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Appalachian Sitework Ready Mix Division.
Appalachian Sitework Ready Mix is here to help with new patios, extensions, and durable concrete solutions for every project. Local, family-owned, and dependable, that's Appalachian Sitework. You can learn more at appsiteinc.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the birds potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane Savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
The free iHeartRadio app is your daily soundtrack with live stations, 24/7 news, sports, and weather, and of course, the most podcasts on the planet. It's easy to see why more and more people are using it. Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone. The free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions. Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
Did you know that Ingles sells more organics than any other grocery store? Or that they run their own dairy? Or that they only serve USDA Choice and Prime meat? Or that they donate 3,956 meals a day to local food banks? Well, now you do. It's all in the bag.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are back. Just getting just a bit outside here. The Jeremy, I know you're not the NASCAR guy. I have missed talking NASCAR with Chris Womack. We're going to have to pick that back up at some point next season. But news out of NASCAR, my buddy Smoke's coming back. Tony Stewart will return to NASCAR competition for the first time since, that thing that we don't talk about. He's gonna be driving the Dodge Ram truck in the Truck Series at Daytona. And again, how did we let this happen? I didn't know he was allowed back behind the wheel of a car. At least, I don't know. I feel like that might be somebody that we just leave off of. You know what? I'm really interested in coming back and driving trucks. I don't think you should. Hell, Tony killed a guy. We've been over this.
I forgot all about that. I had absolutely no idea what you were talking about.
Are you serious?
I forgot all about it.
Oh, my gosh.
Things that have...
How in the world could you forget
things that have absolutely no relevance to my life, I tend to forget pretty quickly. It's not like he killed my cousin. So, it hasn't been brought up to me in a long time. Oh, and I was sitting here going, what are you talking about?
Really? Wow. All right. Well, maybe enough time has passed. Apparently, everybody's forgotten. I ain't forget. I know what you did.
So the most overrated thing in all of sports is coming. The Olympics are almost here.
Mm-hmm.
The Olympic arena in Milan, where we will play the hockey matches, it's not done. It's January 14th.
Mm-hmm.
This starts February 5th.
Mm-hmm.
It's not done. We also don't have a name for it. Some are calling it Palatalia Santaguia.
Okay.
And some are calling it Santaguia Arena.
Okay.
But I noticed something, and apparently a lot of other people on social media did. Do you remember that episode of The Office where Jan and Michael were dating and they had a dinner party at his house,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the flat screen plasma television,
Yeah.
but it was only about that big?
Mm-hmm.
That's what their Jumbotron looks like. I think the television in my living room is bigger than the Jumbotron in this arena. And it's so funny when you see it from far away because you see the ice rink. The Jumbotron doesn't even cover center ice. So, like the circle where they do face-offs, it's smaller than that.
Okay.
I feel like maybe we invested the money in the wrong thing. I mean, because it looks like it only houses maybe 2,000 people.
Okay.
How do we keep doing this? Like, why do we do this? I think the Olympics are moronic in the first place, but why do we give the Olympics to places that can't house them? Like, if you have to build 10 arenas to get the Olympics, then you don't get
qualify.
the Olympics.
Right, you don't
we
qualify.
don't give the Super Bowl to Candler and go, we'll build an 80,000-seat arena. But you see how stupid that sounds when I say it?
Mm-hmm.
We do it every 4 years in the Olympics.
They do.
And then they build them, and they turn into rat-infested cesspools 4 minutes after you leave. Just put it in a city that can have it. We have plenty of them. I feel very sure of that.
I would think so. But then you would...
I'm not sure Charlotte couldn't house the Olympics. I know for a fact Dallas can.
Yeah.
Just do it there.
But yeah. I don't know. I don't know why. I can't answer that for you.
Stupid.
You talk about I can remember covering like the what was it, the Sochi Olympics, something like that.
Sochi.
And
By the
talking
way,
about
a place that if they'd never had an Olympics, I wouldn't know it was in the world.
Right. But the fact that they spent like $2 billion or something to build 7 stadiums. And then you can go look at go Google what happened to the Olympic arenas in Brazil.
Yeah.
Go look at those pictures and you tell me that was money well spent.
I can, and if you don't want to Google it, let me give it to you in one sentence or less. It now looks like what Dirty Mike and the boys replaced Will Ferrell's car with.
It's pretty close.
Thanks for the shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Mm-hmm. 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 That is a very tiny Jumbotron.
It's so funny.
It's a mini-tron.
It's
not a Jumbotron.
There's nothing jumbo about that.
Mm-mm. No.
I feel like some guy somewhere is at least trying to explain it to his wife going, that's 100% average.
Most definitely. That'll be the excuse. Well, that's average.
I mean,
for
you might
Italy.
see bigger in the movies, but in real life, that's...
In Italy, that's the second biggest Jumbotron we have.
The second biggest television in Milan.
It's fun. It's fun. Olympics. I don't even care when they are.
I don't care.
What'd you say, February 5th?
Kevin, the
Something
PRF,
like
said, I'm totally unprepared for the Olympics. I need Jeremy's curling draft breakdown immediately.
Who's on the big board? Canada's always won.
I'll bet you there's some guy in curling that looks strangely like me that's just a dart. He's the, what do they call that thing? There's the sweeper, and then there's like the pitcher.
Yeah.
There is
bowler, I think they call it.
Yeah, there's a bowler for some country that I may or may not have ever heard of that looks strikingly like me that is going to become very popular.
I would just love to know how the explanation of that first came about. Like the guy who invented curling got all his buddies together and went, all right, so listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this really smooth rock, and we'll throw it out on the ice over there. And whoever can hit the dot in the middle and gets closest, that's the winner.
Gambit fan in our YouTube chat said, we need a breakdown of the pole vaulters. I already gave you one. I told you they're in that stadium in Brazil that we talked about.
There's no pole vaulting.
Into ill repair.
This is the Winter Olympics. There's no pole vaulting. This is like downhill skiing.
We've talked about
snowboarding.
We've talked about Olympic Village enough times. Trust me, there's plenty of pole vaulting at the Olympics, whether it's winter or summer. Next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be blank.
What failure are they bringing in?
If you had to guess right now, who would you say it is?
I have no idea. Whoever it is, I feel like it's going to be a downgrade. So
I'm using the coaching tracker here to just look at who we've interviewed, because if there is any team that will go so far off the beaten path, because frankly, Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin were both off the beaten path hires.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one that would do that, it's Pittsburgh. I just can't really find one. There's not a position coach, unless it's Nate Schalise from the Rams. He's the passing game coordinator of the Rams. That one, okay.
Why?
Because I think he has what it takes to be a head coach in this league.
First off, who is he and why?
He's the passing game coordinator of the Rams.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything.
I mean, you know as much about him now as I do. I didn't have dinner with him last week.
You know what? You're vouching for him. You know tell me something about him.
You know what he really likes? Olympic curling and pole vaulting. I mean, I don't know that much about him. He's just very well respected around the industry.
All right.
So, but as I'm looking at the candidates in other places, there are a handful that kind of make sense to me.
Okay.
I believe that Jeff Hafley makes a lot of sense with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
They've always hired defensive coaches. Now, you haven't had one of these searches in 19 years. So if I'm just going off your history, this team is still owned by the same family. It's still going to be made, the decision's going to be made by the same family. That one makes sense. The one I can't wrap my brain around is Kevin Stefanski.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me, and I've heard his name with Baltimore and I've heard it with Pittsburgh. So you're telling me a guy fails in Cleveland, and then I'm going to hire him in Pittsburgh or Baltimore, and you think that's going to go over well with this fan base? You could think he's a great coach. The fan base is still going to hear, you mean that guy we've been beating the bejesus out of for half a decade? That's the one you're trying to sell me now?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't buy that. Mike McDaniel's in kind of the same boat. You mean the guy that destroyed the offense in Miami?
No, thank you.
I pass. Pittsburgh's not going to fall in love with an offense that's just built on speed. They want you to be able to run the ball. The one that I like, and I like him for Baltimore, I really like him for Baltimore. I kind of like him for Pittsburgh too, is Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator of the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he fits because coming off the Harbaugh tree, you know he's going to run the ball well. No matter who he hires, it's going to be someone that wants to run the ball. And Baltimore and Pittsburgh are both northern cities, Midwestern northern cities, where it's going to get cold in the winter, and you're going to have to be able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm. And play good defense.
Is there one that sticks out to you?
Not really.
So Brian Flores, that one's gotten really hot with Baltimore fans.
I mean, Brian Flores, I guess.
To me, that's still the guy that failed in Miami, and that's how that's going to be perceived.
But that's
in
how
both
all
of
of
these
these are going to be.
Not necessarily.
Please tell me the hire. Tell me the hire that fans would be happy with.
You're going to have to go young. So it'll either have to be Udinski from Jacksonville, that young DC that was really good, Tommy Reese or Dan Pitcher. I'm literally just Aiden Durd from Seattle.
So nobody.
But see, that's who these two teams hire anyway.
Yeah.
They don't go hottest candidate in the cycle. In the last 5 hires between these two teams are Ted Marchibroda, Brian Billick, John Harbaugh, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. You know what 4 of those 5 guys have in common? They had never interviewed for more than one NFL head coaching job in any cycle.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that had was March Abrota because he had been a coach in Indianapolis. I think he was coaching Indianapolis. Or maybe he went Cleveland to Indianapolis. I don't remember which one. That's it. They always go off the beaten path. So I hear the Brian Flores. I hear the Kevin Stefanski. It doesn't make any sense to how these teams operate. They go get a guy that they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And what that got me thinking is, who are the guys that are in this cycle that I really believe in? I've already said the one in Baltimore. It's Anthony Weaver. That's the one where I go, I don't know that he's going to interview for more than 1 or 2 more jobs in this cycle, but you put him in Baltimore, and I think that city would fall in love with it because he played there.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of their guys. That's a homegrown. We didn't go out of the family per se. We brought our guy back home. I'm also absolutely in love with the idea of him hiring Rex Ryan as his DC. You put those 2 things on a billboard, Baltimore will be on fire week 1 next year. Pittsburgh doesn't have one of those that just makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did find myself doing is, as long as you hire an offensive guy, I think they'll support it. I really do, because they've done such a good job of hiring coaches. Even with all I said about Mike Tomlin, he's still a good coach. I just gristle when you say great. Between him, Cowher, and Chuck Noll, historically, you've done a great job hiring coaches.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you give me an offensive guy, I trust you. You've done a good job at this.
But why would I do that? I haven't given you one of those.
Because I've got to have an offense. Name me the last time you looked at the Pittsburgh Steelers offense and went, how is anybody going to stop that? And why was it in a year that started with 201? Because it's certainly not 202. It hadn't been in the 2020s, I can tell you that much.
No.
As long as I get an offensive guy, I'm good. Because I firmly believe anybody you bring into Pittsburgh is going to be able to hire a high-level DC, whether it's a former head coach, a high-level candidate. The defensive coordinator job in Pittsburgh will always be attractive because they always do at least a reasonably good job of putting front 7 players out there.
Mm-hmm.
They have a culture of being good defensively, in spite of the fact they really haven't been for the last handful of years. I just got to have an offensive guy. I can't keep watching this gross football any longer. I've got to have somebody I can wrap my brain around. Baltimore, the offenses have been good at times, even with Harbaugh. So I don't care if you bring in another defensive guy.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Todd Monken's not his offensive coordinator, I really don't care. And for the love of God, don't go hire Greg Roman either now that he's available. That's off the table.
That's definitely not happening. Definitely not happening. If they go off the board, I don't think it's going to go over well. And if they hire anybody on the board, I still don't think it's going to go over well. It looks like it's a bad time to be looking for a coach. Especially trying to replace coaches as successful as John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin. Because you don't have that guy. There's not a guy that's like, oh, yeah, we should go get him. That's why it was brought up yesterday. Hey, could we just switch coaches? Because that's the best we're going to do. You now have number 1, John Harbaugh is the number 1 coach available in the NFL. And Mike Tomlin's number 2.
I don't think Tomlin's available. I think he stepped down here to let his contract expire, and he's going to do TV for a year.
Sure.
And he may be exactly how Bill Cowher was. He does TV for a year. He's fantastic at it, and he never leaves.
Mm-hmm. And you don't think...
Would that surprise you?
If he went to TV and never came back?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it would.
You know why it wouldn't surprise me?
Why?
Because I just watched Bill Cowher do it. We talked about him for years. He interviewed for every job in the NFL, and you know what he figured out? There's not many franchises that are run like Pittsburgh. He interviewed for our job twice. And I know somebody close to him that said the problem with the Jets was the same problem it was with everybody else. The minute he walked in the building, he saw something that wasn't like Pittsburgh, and he went, that's going to drive me crazy. He wanted to take another job, especially after his kids graduated college. but he just never found one that was in the same vein. I think Mike Tomlin's going to have the same issue.
Maybe.
I'm used to steady ownership. You never see the Rooneys, ever. You never see Steve Bisciotti. I think Stephen Tao said that was the first time he's been in public doing a spot like he did yesterday. It's the first time he's done it in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking for. I had that. I can't go backwards. I'm not going to go deal with Woody Johnson or Jimmy Haslam. And I also look at Baltimore and Pittsburgh and go, they're going to be looking for that same kind of guy. That he's not looking to jump jobs. He wants to be here forever. He's a Pittsburgh guy. He's a Baltimore guy. That's our dude. Because we don't churn through coaches. We build a culture around the coach. And so don't be shocked when both of these hires are names that you go, huh.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have seen that coming.
Very well could be. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville. Your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories surround us, or at least west and north. Swain, Haywood, you're in that for this afternoon and in through tomorrow morning. That's where the snow will be, and it'll accumulate. We'll see some rain showers possible this afternoon here, 50. Rain showers eventually on over to a mix of rain and snow, possibly ending as snow early tonight. Cloudy with some clearing overnight. Mid-teens with a gusty wind developing. Partly sunny, windy, and cold tomorrow near 25. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Appalachian Sitework Ready Mix Division.
Cracks, erosion, uneven slabs. It only gets worse in freezing weather. Appalachian Sitework Ready Mix is your family-owned local concrete company serving Western North Carolina. Delivering reliable, high-quality concrete on time. Visit AppSiteInc.com today.
This is Jim.
Hello.
Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio way back in April. And now...
I have customers out the door!
And this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
Not all good news comes with a catch. Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. No strings, no gimmicks. Just dependable protection at a more affordable price. See? No catch. So if you're looking to up your savings, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQBar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Most protein bars are packed with sugar, carbs, and unpronounceable ingredients. There's a much better option. I'm Will, and I crafted IQBar plant protein bars with clean, functional, delicious ingredients to empower doers like you with superior brain and body fuel.
Now you can get 20% off all IQBar products plus free shipping when you text IQBar to 64,000. That's IQBar to 64,000.
Hey, Western North Carolina. At the YMCA, strangers become workout buddies and goals become reality. Because when it comes to wellness, there's truly no place like this place. Join today at ymca.org/nearme.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville, your home for football, where the fans feast.
This is where it starts, where your story begins. This is the trail you blaze yourself. And step by step, you get stronger, faster, better. This is where it starts. How will you finish? Ingles, we're with you every step of the way.
All across the Tar Heel state.
Tar Heels on the run. Trimble to the cup, layup, Cannon in the foul.
This is Carolina basketball.
Long rainbow 3-0, but net from the rookie. Out to Trimble. He'll try another triple. Counted.
The home of the 6-time national champions.
Drives and hammers it home. Hello, young fella.
This is your radio home for the Tar Heels.
Asheville's home for the Tar Heels.
is ESPN Asheville.
Hurt in the game? We tough it out. Feel exhausted? We push on. Feeling down? We pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. But there are times when bootstraps aren't enough. When stress gets to us and we need to talk to someone about what we're really going through. Mental health is not a one-person job. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station. Guaranteed human.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now.
Your chance to win is at ESPNAVL.com. Good luck.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app. We are seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat. And it is a Wednesday, and we haven't done this in a while. My apologies for this. But, you know, the holidays and such get all in the way. Everybody's schedules get out of whack. And we haven't had a Tar Heel time with Jones Angell, the voice of the North Carolina Tar Heels, in a little while. So, my good friend Jones, how you doing, bud? Good to catch up with you.
We're back, Tank. It's great to talk with you and hanging out here in California. Tar Heels making their West Coast swing for the first time as members of the ACC. So they got out here late Monday night, playing tonight in Palo Alto against Stanford. In fact, the Heels just about to leave the hotel, go to a shoot-around over at Maples Pavilion. And then Carolina staying here tonight and then going up to Berkeley, actually switching hotels and going up to the Berkeley area tomorrow, and then they'll be there to play California on Saturday. So week-long journey out here to the West Coast for the Heels, and a couple of important games certainly for Carolina coming up.
All right, before we get into where we go and where we've been with the team, what you got any plans? Do you get any free time to go gallivanting while you're over there on the left coast?
You know, it has been these first day or two. It's just been about kind of getting your clock adjusted a little bit. Tar Heels, we flew out here late on Monday night, Tank. They went to class, had practice, and we didn't take off until, I think it was maybe 8 o'clock Eastern time or something on Monday night. So that was a late one getting here and getting adjusted yesterday. But we got a couple things, we got a couple important trips on the docket here in the next couple of days, in addition to hopefully getting some big wins. So hopefully it's a fun trip both on and off the court.
All right, good deal. Now, on the court, the Tar Heels are 14-2, ranked 14th in the country right now, and conference play has already gotten into full swing here. Now we're on the West Coast trip. What have we learned about this team over the last couple of games since conference play began?
Sure. I think, number one, and this isn't necessarily something that's happened over the last 2 or 3 games, but, Carolina's strength, this isn't breaking news, is with Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar down low. And so other teams know that as well. And so you're kind of seeing this jockeying right now, I think, between Carolina and its opponents. The opponents are going to do everything they can do to take away those two players, as anybody would. They're going to be at the top of the scouting report. And Carolina continues to try and find ways to get those guys the ball in scoring positions, to continue to give them opportunities to be successful. And some of that is they just need those guys to continue to do what they've done all year, and that's crash the glass, and that's play with high effort and hit a couple of jump shots to loosen things up. Especially with Vasar, he's been so good at kind of that trailing top of the key type of three that he's hit so many times this year. And so that's number one, is that will continue to be, I think, kind of the game within the game for the rest of the year, is as teams try to take those guys away, how does their game continue to grow? How does Carolina put them in good positions to be successful? And how can other guys step up and help them? Because if Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar are getting double teamed every single time, or most every single time, then one easy way to make a team stop doing that, or to make them pay for doing that, is to hit some open shots. And Carolina, I think, has done a good job this year, Tank, in getting open looks. There's always going to be a couple of forced shots in every game, but I feel like for the most part, Carolina's gotten some quality looks really all year long. They haven't hit, I think, as many as they would like to, but I think if you continue to do that, you would hope that eventually those percentages kind of even out and in this case, come back in your favor if you're the Tar Heels. So that's number one. The other thing is, Carolina right now is having trouble on the perimeter, particularly defensively. And before conference play began, Carolina's defensive numbers, Tank, were elite. They were top 5 in the country in field goal percentage defense, and they were number 1 team in the league as far as scoring defense, and the three-point defense was below 30% for Carolina, and so just really good numbers defensively. That has not been the case in conference play. In fact, you've seen the last 2 games in particular with SMU and then Wake Forest. They've had some guys on the perimeter that have just absolutely torched Carolina. Now, fortunately for the Heels, they were able to still win the Wake Forest game, even though both Juke Harris and Nate Calmese had big days. I mean, both those guys had 28 points. So Carolina's got to figure that out. They got to figure out how do you, whatever it is, and some of these have been hard shots that the other team has made, yes, but you've also allowed guys to get into rhythm. So how do you stop that? Carolina's not the biggest team in the world on the perimeter. They're bigger than they were last year, but they're still not the biggest, most athletic dudes on the perimeter. So how do you, outside of Trimble, how do you defend at a high level out there? And all these things, I think, are continuing and developing stories, and they'll have to figure it out for tonight, because Stanford has one of the best scorers in the country in Ibuka Corey on the perimeter. I mean, he's averaging better than 22 points per game. So how do you defend him tonight? We'll get a short-term answer to see if Carolina's improving in that area coming up this evening.
I have always been baffled by the ability of other teams to, at times, bring their best shot against Carolina. I mean, it feels like it's been an ongoing thing since the moment I was born. We will just have these games where we cannot defend on the perimeter, or whoever we're playing just gets insanely hot. And now that the game has gone so much more to just, I don't want to call it, chucking up threes, but I mean, that's what it feels like a lot. You got these teams taking 43 pointers a game now.
Yeah.
And when they do that, that makes that problem exponentially worse.
SMU game a couple weeks ago for Carolina was one that I think was an eye-opener for the Heels in this regard, because it wasn't just, Boopie Miller controlled that game from his point guard spot, and no matter what Carolina did, whether it was single coverage, whether it was double team him and he was getting it to somebody else, then they had other guys who were red hot, and just absolute defensive meltdown for Carolina in that game. SMU shoots 60% from the floor, 70% in the second half. I mean, just gaudy numbers. And I think some of that is, yes, you could sit here and go, man, gosh, everybody gets hot against the Tar Heels. But then you watch SMU the next game, and they scored. They were at like 20 points at halftime or something against Clemson. So it is doable. I think the issue for Carolina, in my opinion, has been they've allowed guys to kind of to get comfortable. Now, have players hit difficult shots? Absolutely. Nate Calmese threw in a couple for Wake Forest the other day in the Smith Center that were crazy. He had one falling down deep in the corner to keep Wake in the game in the final minutes. Juke Harris just chucked one up that banked in at the end of the shot clock, and sometimes that happens. But I think you're allowing guys to get comfortable, and if you're playing at SMU or Wake Forest, you're a high-level basketball player. And so you've got to, if you're Carolina, I think it's got to be from the start. You can't let these guys see a couple go in and then start playing defense, because I think at that point you've already gone too far down the road. And so that'll be worth keeping an eye on. And then I think specifically, Tank, it's been the opposing team's point guards that have really been the issue. And so you look at the two losses that Carolina has this year, Jeremy Fears for Michigan State and then Boopie Miller for SMU, they both absolutely controlled the game in those two games, both in as far as scoring, distributing, getting their teammates great looks. They controlled the game. And so for Carolina, they've got to figure that position out. I don't think the Tar Heels have a quote-unquote true point guard on their team. They've got Kyan Evans and Seth Trimble and the freshman Derek Dixon, and all these guys are kind of combo guards. None of them are pure point guards. And so the Tar Heels, I think, even now, as they're crossing into the second half of the regular season, even now, I think they're trying to see what is the best combination of these players on the perimeter that can have somebody who can kind of manage your offense as the point guard, but can also, do a competent job defensively and help get his teammates in the right position and distribute the ball. And so I think all of that is still a work in progress for the Heels right now.
Weird thing I just noticed, off the wall kind of thing. I do this sometimes. I just noticed what smart scheduling by the league to have Duke and Carolina swapping out over these next two games with
and
Stanford
they started.
and Cal.
I think I don't know if they do this for everybody, but I think what they have tried to do with for example, Stanford and Cal were in Virginia last week. So one of them played Virginia, one of them played Virginia Tech.
Right.
Then they switched, and I think Stanford started at Virginia Tech, then played at Virginia. Cal was the opposite, and off they went back home. And so I think what they're doing, they in this conversation is the ACC, is they are having kind of those permanent partner teams make these trips at the same time. So Carolina and Duke, like Florida State and Miami, for example, would potentially do it. I think I don't know if that's 100% accurate, Tank, but I think if it fits, that's what they're trying to do. So the Blue Devils play California tonight, and then the two teams just flip, and they'll play the other one coming up this weekend.
It's pretty interesting. I would love to see the breakout of the revenue game by game, just on a bar graph, to watch it spike on these two games with the Tar Heels and the Blue
and what
Devils.
a week. Yeah, and what I was about to say, what a week for Stanford and Cal. And you do get two pretty high-profile teams coming to your home arena here in the span of 4 or 5 days.
Yep.
And so it should be a big week for them. And it's, both these teams, Tank, are better. They're both, I don't think either one of them is elite just yet, talking about Cal and Stanford, but they are both better than they were a year ago. Stanford's off to its best start since the 2019-20 season. They've already got some really nice wins this year over St. Louis, who's a good team this year. They beat Minnesota. They beat Louisville a couple weeks ago. They've beaten Colorado. So, this is a good team. These teams are getting better. They are both better than they were a year ago. And this has proven to be a really hard trip. Only one team, Wake Forest last year, is the only team so far since Stanford and Cal joined the league to make this West Coast trip and win both games. And so it's just difficult to do with the travel, with how long you're out here, et cetera. And so it'll be a challenge for both Carolina and Duke this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight we have the Carolina Tar Heels against the Stanford Cardinal. Tip-off here on ESPN Asheville is at 9 o'clock. That means pregame action kicks off, or tips off, I guess, at 8 o'clock. Tell us about what Stanford brings to the table as a more improved program.
Yeah, and, it's not all about one guy, but it's hard not to start with one guy when you're talking about Stanford. I mean, and I mentioned him earlier, Ibuka Corey has just had a terrific season, a freshman out of the state of New Hampshire. And, it's interesting. I was looking at some pregame or preseason stuff for Stanford, Tank, and they were kind of mentioning this guy. Oh yeah, by the end of the year, I think he has a chance to be in the starting lineup and can help us this year. And it has been. I think he's probably been a little better than they anticipated, or at least better than they were letting on at the beginning of the season. I mean, he's averaging 22 points per game. He is second in the league and 8th in the country in points per game. He's just a talented scorer, period. And he gets to the rim. He can shoot from three. He's not a terrific three-point shooter, but 31%, so good enough to keep you honest. He gets to the free throw line a ton. He's already shot 124 free throws this year, so he draws a lot of fouls. This is going to sound kind of simple, but he's really good with both hands around the rim. So, I mean, he's just a really good finisher with both his right and his left, which just makes him, I think that's an extra challenge in guarding him when he is able to get downhill and get to the basket. I mean, there was a game last week, Tank, against Virginia Tech, we were talking about it, where he scored or assisted on 40 of the last 42 points for Stanford. I mean, that's controlling a game, and they had a big comeback. They were down by 12 with 2 minutes and change left, and they closed the game on a 14-1 run, and he hits a three-pointer with like a second left, and they win the game. Wow. And so he is just in a league that has a lot of good freshmen this year, Caleb Wilson and Boozer at Duke, and Virginia's got a really good one. I mean, there are a lot of good freshmen in this league this year, and he is right up there with any of them. And so, again, it's not about one guy, but it does. The conversation has to start with him, I think, for Stanford. Now,
so are
what
you
else
handcuffing
Stanford?
Seth to him? Is that the plan?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, I mean, he is 6'2" is his listed height. So, that feels like a matchup that I would think that Seth Trimble could have success with. Now, Carolina has done a lot of switching this year, that does defensively, but a lot of times with Trimble, they keep him on. It kind of depends, I think, on the game flow, but they have had both times where they keep him on one guy, or they do switch on the perimeter because they feel like 1 through 5, all the way to Vasar, that they can switch and still be effective defensively. Now, if you try that a couple times and it doesn't go well, then you obviously need to adjust. And so my guess is you'll see a little bit of both of that tonight. I'd be surprised if it was anybody other than Trimble to start the game, but you might see some other things. One guy who's kind of been an X factor defensively has been Jaron Stevenson for Carolina. Right. The Heels have put him on some different guys at times as well, and he has such good length and but is athletic enough and can move well enough defensively that he's done a pretty good job on the ball, even against some smaller guys. So it wouldn't blow my mind if you saw him guard a Corey some tonight as well. But Stanford's and Tank, it's interesting. Like, I can't tell you. Man, Stanford's great at this and this and this. They just are they're just very solid. Yeah, I think they don't do a lot poorly, if that makes sense. They're just, I think Kyle Smith's a good coach, and they just go out there and they just make you beat them. They just do smart things, which you would expect from a team like Stanford. And so they're just a very solid, steady team. I don't know if there's one thing they do outstanding, but they do a lot of things pretty well, and they make you go out there and play well to beat them.
Right, and hopefully we can get the perimeter defense going tonight, come up with a big win out there on the West Coast as well before we head over to Berkeley to do it again on Saturday. Tonight we will have Stanford, Carolina for you. 8 o'clock is the pregame start. 9 o'clock is the tip-off. And then on Saturday, that's a 3 o'clock start. Is that right?
I think it, honestly, Tank, hold on. It's either a 2 or a 4 game on the East Coast for that one coming up on Saturday. 4. I've been paying so much attention. Yeah, so 4 o'clock Eastern, so we'll be on the air at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And so, and then the Tar Heels are coming back after that game, and then they host Notre Dame next week in Chapel Hill for one of just 2 home games for them in the month of January. They're on the road a bunch this month, including some trips to Virginia and Georgia Tech coming up, which here in recent years have been tough trips for the Tar Heels. So this is an important stretch upcoming for Carolina, and it gets started tonight.
All right, we will hear you right here on ESPN Asheville. Thanks for checking in with us, and y'all be safe out there in California.
Thanks, Tank. Always great to talk with you, and we'll do it again soon.
You are in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, your home for Tar Heels basketball and football. We'll be right back.
It's ESPN Asheville, Asheville's #1 sports station.
Coming up the middle on a blitz, he throws to the end zone, touchdown!
Beer City's Tar Heel station.
Off the back, iron! Wilson comes soaring in to dunk it home.
Home of the Sportsocracy.
He said, Kyle Shanahan asked, why isn't tic-tac-toe named Hugs and Kisses? Now that's all Tank's going to call it.
Live from the Ingalls studio, weekdays at noon, ESPN Asheville.
This is Jim.
Hello.
Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio way back in April. And now...
I have customers out the door.
And this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
Rock icons, unleashed and on stage.
What song is it you want to hear?
Introducing iHeartRadio's Classic Rock Live.
What a wonderful evening.
Your front row pass to rock's most iconic live recordings, all commercial free.
You in the jungle, baby!
Hear the boss sing to the rafters.
Go out there!
Zeppelin set the stage on fire.
Give me bass, guitar.
And feel AC/DC bring the house down.
We got some black and black for you, right?
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Classic Rock Live, and make it a preset now.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingalls Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingalls Table at ingalls-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingalls Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville, your home for football, where the fans feast.
The Sportsocracy.
One thing that you're going to have to remember, one most important factor, is to protect your quarterback, me.
We are back in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Thanks again to Jones Angel, voice of the Tar Heels, for joining us on the program. It's been a while since we got to catch up with him. I feel real sorry for him having to hang out in California for the next 4 days.
Oh, I bet it's really warm there.
Yeah.
I've been looking at the weather for Dallas next week, and I'm not going to lie. I'm going to sit in Dallas and go, ha ha! Sorry, plebes. I'll see 50 again when I come back because I ain't seeing it here.
Right. I wanted to ask him, hey, when the team gets to go to, like, fun stuff at famous people's houses, do they take you with them? Do they go like, hey, Jones, we're going to hang out over at Rick Fox's pool. Would you like to go? Like, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I don't think they do. I'm sure he just gets left by himself. And then they're like, he sees it on Instagram, and then he's like, oh, I want to go swimming. You don't hang out with the kids. Actually, no. You know what? Now that I think about it, I wouldn't want to hang out with the kids. That's
no, God no. 6'7", shut up, you dumbass.
Tar Heels tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN Asheville.
I've officially already become a grumpy old man, and I'm not even that old yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not even 40 yet, and I look at 20-year-old people and just go, oh, my God. I can stand you for 4 non-consecutive minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
And if they're consecutive, I'm down to 2 1/4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also tonight on the iHeartRadio airwaves, WWNC, our sister station, they will have the coverage of the UNC Asheville Bulldogs down at Presbyterian, taking on the Blue Hose. 6:30.
Greatest nickname in all of sports.
Yeah. 6:30 start. 7 o'clock tip-off over on WWNC.
See, I'm different than everybody else because I'm not confused by why they're hose. I'm more confused by why they're blue.
Wow. Wow.
HOSE. Get your minds out of the gutter. Okay.
Jeremy likes to play the fun game of mock the mock. Well, this is not really a mock. This is just a list that some dum-dum made up over at the old NFLs.
He stopped telling me anything about this after 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I was so irritated that he just went, we're doing this on the air.
Yep. I wanted to save the anger so everyone could enjoy it. Because Jeremy is at the NFL Draft Nerd on the Twitter machine, takes his draft scouting pretty seriously. And when you look back on drafts, everybody does that. We take stock of what we got, where we missed, hits and misses, that kind of thing. Aaron Schatz, last name should tell you
apropos by the time we get to the end of this.
Good for you. That's a big word. He went through all of the draft classes from this past season. Now, he ranked them 1 through 32. Jeremy, the list starts well because the number 1 team that had the best draft last year was...
If it's not the New Orleans Saints, the rest of this list means absolutely nothing.
There you go. The New Orleans Saints get Tyler Shuck. They get a future quarterback.
Well, I mean, it's not just Tyler Shuck.
And Kelvin Banks was a beast.
You got your future left tackle. You got your quarterback of the future. You got a safety that I really like. A cornerback that I like pretty well, and a running back that was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. And Danny Stutzman.
That did less for me, but
you had a very good draft class. So number 1, New Orleans Saints. Check that one off. Got that one. Number 2 in the class from last year, the Cleveland Browns. The Browns got Mason Graham in the first round. Carson Schlesinger, who was did he win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Have they announced that yet?
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Sorry.
They'll announce that at NFL Honors the week of the Super Bowl.
The week of the Super Bowl, that's right. So he's up for Defensive Rookie of the Year, so that was a good one. Quinshaw Judkins, love that guy.
Harold
Fannin is a dog at tight end. You went
just stop there.
Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders.
Just stop there. None of the rest of it matters.
Dylan Sampson actually had to come in and play some minutes, some important minutes.
Fine.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, when you're looking at the totality of the draft class, every dude on this list played some kind of a role for the Cleveland Browns. So that's, to me, not a bad selection there.
I'm okay through 2.
All right.
I have a funny feeling that we're about to take a hard right turn.
New York Giants are 3 with Abdul Carter.
And Carter was good.
Mm-hmm. Jackson Dart in the second round.
There was a lot of headache with him.
Mm-hmm. Really a lot of headache with Cam Scadaboo.
He just has a lot of headaches because he likes to run his head into a brick wall at full speed.
Darius Alexander, Marcus Mbao. Fine class. It was a fine class. New England was 4 with Will Campbell and Travion Henderson.
They would have been up there really high to me.
And the Carolina Panthers were 5. Teteroa McMillan could be the offensive rookie of the year.
There's a team you still haven't said here that's confusing me.
Well, what team would that be?
The Atlanta Falcons, who should have been 2.
They're 6.
Yeah, that should have been 2. I got 2 future edge rushers, and I got one of the better defensive players in this class in Xavier Watts. I don't care if you took Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd from there. You're real high.
Well, you only had 5 picks, and you absolutely nailed 3 of them at least, if you're the Atlanta Falcons.
So no Jets in the top 5.
No Jets in the top 5.
That's surprising to me.
Nope.
The Jets would be in my top 5.
The New York Jets were 10.
Mimbu, I'm very pleasantly surprised to say that I was wrong on that one. Azarie Thomas is going to be a dog. It's just going to take some time. Mason Taylor was one of the better receivers on this team, and Malachi Moore might have been the second best safety in this class. Still a head case, and I'm still scared to death that he's going to, I don't know.
7, 8, and 9, bridging the gap from the Falcons to the Jets. Chicago Bears at 7 with Colston Loveland and Luther Burden.
Burden was completely irrelevant until the last 2 weeks of the season.
Kyle Monson guy with the 7th round pick.
Yeah.
Anytime you get that kind of production out of a 7th rounder, that's going to count for something. The Los Angeles Chargers were 8.
You still haven't said the Tennessee Titans, which I don't fully understand.
They were ranked behind the New York Jets. Chargers at 8.
Just because Oladejo wasn't good?
I guess.
I mean, you hit on a safety. You hit on your quarterback to a point. You got 2 receivers that were pretty good.
The Ravens were 9.
How? They had 1 pick.
Malachi Starks and Mike Green.
I forgot Teddy Buchanan.
Teddy Buchanan was good.
Everybody else was irrelevant as hell. Mike Green was awful.
The Tennessee Titans were 11 on that list.
Didn't say the Dallas Cowboys there anywhere either.
They're next. Miami's at 13. with their
Miami should have been
34.
What exactly went well out of that?
Well,
Kenneth Grant was a turd. I mean, the best pick in that class was Dante Trader, who you took in the 5th round. What are you giving them credit because they had to play Quinn Ewers?
Pretty much.
Because they gave Tua Tagovailoa nothing and he sucked so bad they sat him down for $100 million?
Walter Nolan, Will Johnson. That class for the Arizona Cardinals.
If that one
was at 14.
Yeah, that one would have been higher if they weren't both hurt.
Buffalo,
that one 2 years from now will be really high.
The Buffalo Bills at 15. Because, Maxwell Hairston's a dude.
You still haven't said Seattle, who to me should have been in the top 3.
Well, it might just be a minute or 2 before we get to the old Seattle Seahawks. Apparently, they've got a problem with a team that just snatched up 3 long-term starters in their draft, but we'll get to it
without
just
even looking at the class. You got Gray Zabel, Nick Eamon-Worry. That by itself is top 6 because that's 2 dogs long-term.
You didn't even say my favorite wide receiver.
Torrey Horton.
I know he got hurt, but he was so good. And he will be so good.
I guess they dinged him on Arroyo. He wasn't particularly impactful, and Jalen Milroe did less than nothing.
Yep, we'll continue letting Jeremy talk about Mr. Schatz's performance when we come back.
Give you a hint. It's very close to his last name.
ESPN Asheville. Your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories surround us, or at least west and north swing. Haywood, you're in that for this afternoon and in through tomorrow morning. That's where the snow will be, and it'll accumulate. We'll see some rain showers possible this afternoon here, 50. Rain showers eventually on over to a mix of rain and snow, possibly ending as snow early tonight. Cloudy with some clearing overnight. Mid-teens with a gusty wind developing. Partly sunny, windy, and cold tomorrow near 25. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Want to save some money in 2026? Stop paying for apps you don't need. The iHeartRadio app is completely free. Live radio stations, music playlists for everything, and the most podcasts on the planet. The #1 app for radio is free. iHeartRadio. Listen now.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo! Clarissa Sells WNC is the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
At Ingles Weather, we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park. It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville. We're back in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. We are, we're well past those dark times of the shutdown. Shockingly enough, there are still businesses that are trying to get their employees to come back to the office. It's been 6 years, guys. I think you can win this battle now. I mean, if you're a business that really wants your people to stop working remotely, what are you waiting on? Are you afraid that they'll just all quit? Maybe? I don't know. I know that is a struggle for some people. Some people only want to work from home now that they've worked from home before. Jeremy loves working from home.
It's just convenient sometimes. I don't necessarily love it. I think the shows are better when I don't, but there are times that I can. I mean, we're getting ready to do remote shows for quite some time because I won't be in this here city. So.
One new study from Logitech that doesn't shock me at all. is about workers coming back to the office. Jeremy, would you like to take a guess at what happened to productivity once everybody came back to the office?
It went up.
No.
It went down.
It went down.
Because they had each other to talk to.
Is that a shocker? That's because when I read this, I went, well, of course productivity went down. You locked me in a dungeon by myself when I had nobody to talk to.
Now I just want to talk. Oh, welcome back, Bill. You want to talk about your kids? I haven't had anybody to talk to but my kids for 5 years.
Well, think about it. I mean, how much more can you get done when your coworkers are not around? As somebody who's dealt with Jeremy being on the road a lot, I can tell you when he's not here, I can get so much more done because the rabbit holes that we go down on the radio pale in comparison to the rabbit holes that happen once Jeremy and I get to just flapping our gums off the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And so we can go down a 45-minute conversation about what color the Deion Sanders helmet is behind him.
I really love when we go down NFL draft rabbit holes. We go full member berries. You remember how great the 2024 NFL draft was? Because I remember. And then we start talking about sixth-round picks that played 47 games.
Mm-hmm.
And, if they hadn't gotten hurt, that guy would have been a dude. We do that a lot.
Over 70% of workers, according to the Logitech study, say that they are distracted when they are in the office. Again, this is one of the least surprising things I think I've ever seen.
I get distracted inside the office as well because I spend most of my day going, what the hell would you say it is you do here? My story is about one Sanya Blanchard, and yes, that is how you say her name.
Sanya?
I checked.
From the trailer park?
I can't confirm that, but I definitely can't deny it. She's 34 years old, and her partner in shenanigans, Jordan Dana Lantry. She's 31. They were on an American airline flight Friday. It was, it was leaving from the Miami International Airport.
Okay.
A place that I have been many times, and I have never seen what we are getting ready to discuss here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These two are OnlyFans models.
Okay.
And when you see their picture from this here story, it surprises you very little because they look like two people who would probably make their money by taking their clothes off for strangers.
Mm.
They were in the airport, and maybe they were a little overserved because they started twerking in the lobby.
Hell yeah.
As you were getting ready to get on the plane.
That's a free show, darling.
Well, then, as they got on the plane, they decided they were going to do so as they were boarding the plane.
That's not good.
Which air marshals did not enjoy and told them, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. They were removed from the plane to the point of Miss Blanchard, or as we will refer to her from here on out as Sanya, decided she was going to go into a full-on split and make air marshals drag her off the plane with her bits on the ground. They then somehow found video of all of this and posted it from their social media.
Yes.
And said, we're guilty for being iconic. Now, I am a marketing guy, and I will say, I could give you a list of things that I would rather see than these two take their clothes off, but it would not be nearly as long as you would want it to be. Because I've dated this. I'll be real honest with you. I was married to this at one time. I'm good. I'll pass. Seen it. Don't need to see it again. But if you were looking to drive up your engagement numbers, to just completely go full-on split through the Miami International Airport, probably not the worst way to do so.
I'm going to bet she's had a lot of engagements.
A lot. No less than 7.
No doubt.
Probably all from guys that frequented the strip club she worked at, if I was a betting man. No, Daryl. She loves me. I pay her, but she takes a real interest in my life. We're going to be very happy together.
And she clearly makes a lot of money doing it. Because there's less plastic in the ocean than there is in her face.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, she looks like Meg Ryan and old Weird Thumb had a baby. What was her name? The girl from the Transformers movie. Megan Fox. That's it.
Megan Fox is still hot, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Megan Fox is still, she's still bad.
I just don't know what, but if you can make the rest of you that fake, why have you not fixed the thumb? Fix the thumb! I mean, good Lord.
This girl looks like the fourth Kardashian girl that they used for parts. Chloe needs a new nose. Take that old scary.
Oh, my.
I did just learn that you could grow an ear. Did you know that? You can grow an ear. Because it's just cartilage. You just have to put in this little thing that'll form it into an ear. Mm-hmm. And they do it like they'll put it on somebody's shoulder and grow an ear if theirs gets taken off. I went, how in the world did they figure that out?
Did they put Miracle-Gro on it or something?
I don't know.
Do you have to water it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming the shower does that.
Maybe so.
I just now.
Do you have to give
now, I'm going to spend the rest of my life going through airport terminals, going, I wonder if that fella's got an ear on his back.
I feel like that's something TSA should scan for.
No doubt.
If you have an ear on your back, automatically on the list. I mean, I don't know what list we're making here. I mean, we'll still let you fly. We'll give you access,
Nobody should be able to hear the ambient noise in their chair at the same time. Some people were doing it on the small of the back, and I'm like, that's not a place that you need another appendage that hears.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My biggest problem with this story is that both women returned to the airport the next day to take a different American Airlines flight.
No.
You ruined your chance.
You get out of here.
We should only allow them to travel on Greyhound buses from now on.
Those two are if Spirit Airlines had spokespeople,
mm-hmm.
Boom. Nailed it.
That would keep them from traveling during the summer, though, because those buses get real hot, and I'm pretty sure those facial features will melt.
The only thing that would preclude them from taking Spirit Airlines is I don't think anybody's going to let these two hold their baby on the flight.
Okay, I think we've done enough.
Yeah, I could have gone for longer. I was just waiting to see how long you're going to let me keep going.
I was like, can we stretch this out for another 8 minutes? Because I'm having so much fun right now.
So much room for activity.
Love it.
And some people will go, you're being awful mean to people. Well, here's the thing. Mm-hmm. You paid dollars to look like that. Mm-hmm. And I will be honest with you, they were probably both pretty attractive at one point in their life.
No doubt.
Then they went, I don't want to anymore. And now I want to have something in common with a Barbie doll. And it's not that we're both pretty. You can cut my hair. Sorry, you finished the song.
There you go.
I told you I had more.
There it is.
Life in plastic. It's fantastic. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Coaches and draft classes and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the aqua drop on today's program, but here we are. Making fun of Mr. Schatz. His ranking of last year's NFL draft classes is quite comical to me because the Seattle Seahawks wound up at number 19.
Which is insane.
On the list, Gray Zabel is an all-pro player. Right? Nick Emanwari could be.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go that far with anybody else. You know I love Torrey Horton. He had an injury-filled season. We'll get to see him more in the future. Elijah Arroyo, maybe they were expecting that he was going to be better than he was. I mean, I'm sure the team was, but I don't know. Mr. Schatz maybe apparently had higher hopes for Elijah Arroyo.
All right, so
I just feel like you nailed those two at the top.
Killed it.
And you get a future wide receiver with Torrey Horton. How do you think that is better than, I don't know, the Denver Broncos? I mean, was Jahdae Barron that good?
No, he barely played.
Was R.J. Harvey that good?
No.
Where the hell was Pat Bryant?
He was the Wish version of J.K. Dobbins, which should tell you everything. I'd have had the Denver Broncos in the bottom 5.
They were 17. They were 2 spots higher than the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, can I guess the bottom 5?
Sure.
Is Minnesota in it? Because if they're not, I'm going to need you to explain that to me very, very slowly.
Yes.
Because they had one mediocre guard that they could have taken in the 3rd round that they took in the 1st round, and nobody else did anything.
They were 30.
Oh, my God. Who in the world did they have? Did they have the Raiders behind that?
No. The Raiders
were in the bottom 5, right?
No.
How?
They were 26th.
So the Las Vegas Raiders had the most overrated running back in the NFL that they took at 6. A 2nd-round receiver that did less than nothing. A 3rd-round corner that was burnt toast. A 3rd-round lineman that never played. Another 3rd-round lineman that barely ever played. And one receiver that played just a scoosh and had a couple catches.
Yes.
That was their draft. How in the world is that not in the bottom 5? Oh, and by the way, you had the 3rd most draft picks of any team in the league. Come again?
They did not make the bottom 5.
The Rams are going to be low just because
they were last.
This is starting to feel like it's some metric of wins above replacement or some analytical bull excrement that's going to really make me angry, for some nerd that probably never watched the game in his life.
Yes, the Rams were last. They were 32.
I did realize you never said Washington when we were talking about teams earlier.
Well, let's just see.
I'm looking at a list of draft classes, and I'm just, it's alphabetical order, so you can assume where I finally got into.
25th. The Washington Commanders are 25th. With Connerly and Amos.
Wow.
And Bill.
Bill Karofsky. I'd have had Washington at the top. Probably top half of the league. They just didn't have enough picks.
Yeah.
God, you also, and I'm having to sound all this out. You never said Indianapolis either.
Indianapolis is number 24.
Wow. With Tyler Warren. Oh, please tell me San Francisco's in the bottom 5. Surely to God they're in the bottom 5. They got the jewel of their class was Uptown Stout.
They are not.
Get out of here.
They're actually 6th from the bottom. They didn't quite make the bottom 5, but they were close.
Their 2 high water marks in this class were Marcus Sigel and Uptown Stout, which sounds like a Bruno Mars song.
Yes, Michael Williams, Alfred Collins, that class, that was good enough to get them 27th on the list. The bottom 5, Pittsburgh at 28.
Pittsburgh was not good. They had Derek Harmon.
And
Caleb Johnson, who could not get on the field. Jack Sawyer. Yaya Black. He played a little bit towards the end. The last 3, they didn't do squat.
29 was the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, Caleb Johnson, you belong in the bottom 25, or in the bottom 5, excuse me, just solely because Caleb Johnson once fielded a kick and forgot he had to touch it. He just watched it land and went,
smart.
That ball's going to live right there. Why is everybody running at me at full speed? What am I supposed oh, shoot. I know what I forgot. It's too late. They're already dancing. I know what I did.
Green Bay was at 29.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Matthew Golden
and virtually nothing else.
And then Minnesota was 30. Jacksonville at 31.
Anybody that wants to say, you spend too much time on the NFL draft, Savion Williams, that's all you have to say. We talked about him for probably what would add up to no less than 3 solid hours of lifetime. He had 21 touches this year. That's a thing that you know now.
Yes. Jacksonville Jaguars were 31. I mean, everybody got hurt, so there was no Ransaw. There was no No Hunter.
But you had Bashal Tootin. Hunter played half the year.
Who was all right.
Millum played a little bit, not as much as I would have. Okay, I guess I get that one. I don't love it.
Yeah.
LaQuint Allen even had a little bit of a role.
Right. But your number 2 pick got hurt and had less than 300 yards receiving.
Jacksonville shouldn't be in the top 5 or bottom 5 just solely because they convinced Cleveland to trade with them for a future first-round pick that then wound up in the bottom 12.
Yes.
Which I don't think anybody saw coming.
You get credit for that, most definitely. But out of the draft hall, I guess I can see how you ended up there. But then the LA Rams were last, 32nd.
Putting in work with Bill Workman said Uptown Stout sounds like a beer from some funky Asheville brewery.
Most definitely. Uptown Brewing.
Listen, you should try this. It's got mushrooms and watermelon in it. It's called the Uptown Stout.
Mushrooms and watermelon. Get on it! No, don't make
By
that.
the way,
That's gross.
stop putting weird stuff in beer. Just beer-flavored beer.
Mm-hmm. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville. Your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories surround us, or at least west and north. Swain, Haywood, you're in that for this afternoon and in through tomorrow morning. That's where the snow will be, and it'll accumulate. We'll see some rain showers possible this afternoon here, 50. Rain showers eventually on over to a mix of rain and snow, possibly ending as snow early tonight. Cloudy with some clearing overnight. Mid-teens with a gusty wind developing. Partly sunny, windy, and cold tomorrow near 25. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report sponsored by the experts at Howard Hanna Beverly Hanks Real Estate, the real estate leader in Western North Carolina.
Howard Hanna Beverly Hanks Real Estate is not like other real estate companies. They're built differently. As the #1 family-owned real estate company in the U.S., proven expertise and personalized service delivers results. Let them show you how at Howard Hanna Beverly Hanks.
Every weekday, this is what you'll sound like after winning $1,000 in bonus bucks.
Oh my goodness! Oh, nice. I can't believe it.
Get ready to win right here.
Win $1,000 on ESPN Asheville.
Looking for a career with stability and purpose? NC Department of Adult Correction is hiring correctional officers statewide with benefits, paid vacation, and opportunities to grow within the field. Learn more. Visit dac.nc.gov/cojobs.
Running for office means having something important to say. Radio is the most personal medium out there. Voters hear the real you, exactly the way you want to be heard. No filters, no AI, just your voice, your message. And it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign. Connect with millions all over the country, even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Call now and be on the air in just 48 hours. 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets. Just like in the car. You're our #1. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville, your home for football, where the fans feast.
This is where it starts, where your story begins. This is the trail you blaze yourself. And step by step, you get stronger, faster, better. This is where it starts. How will you finish? Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Clarissa Sells WNC is the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now.
Your chance to win is at ESPNAVL.com. Good luck.
Live from the Ingalls studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God. The Jets killed him.
Oh, welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville.
If anybody could read my lips, they know what I just said, and they could probably figure out what we were talking about.
The entire alphabet has been covered. That's all I'm saying.
I'm telling you, they let us do this every day.
Yes, they do.
They do. They let us do this every day.
Every day right here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM at 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app, seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, join us in the chat on this lovely Wednesday, the hump day in between playoff rounds in the NFL. We've got 8 teams left. And at this point, I still don't know where this goes. Did you learn anything over the weekend? Like, looking at the teams that are left, is there one of them that you went, yeah, you got this? I feel great about you.
No. There was one that I looked at and went, you should enjoy this while it lasts, because it's not going to last for much longer. And that was your Chicago Bears. I'm looking at that going, Caleb Williams, look, I get it. You can pull the rabbit out of the hat. You're only going to do that so many times. And then you're going to play an actual good team, and they're going to go, cool, 21-3. Watch this. Now it's 45-6.
He's potentially got one more in him.
Which is insane.
It is insane to think, but listen. Sometimes it helps to have home field advantage. And you know when it really helps to have home field advantage in the playoffs in January? It's if you live in friggin' Chicago.
And you're playing against a quarterback that is a 100% house cat.
Right.
He gets let outside and he can't even feed himself.
I do love, I have seen this a lot. But Matthew Stafford played in Detroit. Yes, he did.
They play in a dome and have forever.
For a long time. In fact, I don't think
I've been a person.
Right, I don't think they've ever played outside. At least not since the 50s.
I mean, I'm sure they did back in like 90 when Rose was having her one night stand on the Titanic. That's when Detroit played outside.
The last NFL championship they won. That's when that happened.
19 and 14.
The fact that it's going to be 19 degrees roundabout at game time on Sunday night against the LA Rams, the weather may be able to play a factor there enough for Caleb to pull out another one. Now, I agree. Everybody should agree with you. Couldn't you see a future, or at least an immediate future, where Caleb Williams is the Super Bowl quarterback, is the Super Bowl winning quarterback?
No. Unless we start calling the XFL championship the Super Bowl. And then, absolutely. Do I see him beating NFL talent? Not really. Gambit fan said Donald the Pooh should give the analysis of this game. I believe it will be cold as it's ever been in any game ever. It'll be the greatest cold game ever. And the only way it could be better is if I played in it.
I do love Donald the Pooh.
That's one that I'm not going to lie. I didn't know that was going to become a thing, but it did.
Yeah. I still feel like you need to get more Donald into the voice somehow.
It's just so hard to do. I mean, first of all, because this is almost too high for me to do. But you get into Pooh, and then the more you want to go huge. It's never been better. It's as good as it's ever been.
See, now it's starting to sound like Pennywise.
Exactly. As it turns into,
hey, Georgie.
You want your boat? Would you like a balloon?
It's a fine balance between Winnie the Pooh and Donald Trump, but he'll figure it out.
And I believe you would like a balloon. By the way, is that the freakiest thing you've ever heard in your life, that the impression for Winnie the Pooh and Pennywise is like that close to each other?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was until that movie. Until Blood and Honey came out. And then it screwed up everything for everybody.
Look, Blood and Honey.
Because now they're not stopping. Have you noticed this? You may not, because you're not a movie guy. They haven't stopped. That same damn genre of, we're going to take your childhood lovies and we're going to turn them into murderous things. They've got a Pinocchio movie now.
Oh,
they've got a Shrek movie.
He just breaks his nose off and turns it into a wooden shiv.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'll guarantee you that happens. Like, just lie to your face and watch it grow and then snap it off and stab you in the heart with it. Like, what are we doing?
I'm looking forward to Mickey Mouse. Just, listen here. I'm coming to get... Never mind. No good can come from me. Just move on.
All of you kids wearing black lipstick, that's the reason that this is happening. Because all those kids that we were in school, all those kids that were wearing their Jinko jeans and their wallet chains, they've all grown up now and they're making stupid movies.
I blame you. We were told to stop throwing pennies at you, and then all of a sudden you grew up and thought you could just change everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Again, rabbit hole number 27 of today.
There's been a bunch.
There have been a bunch. It's not a team, though, that I look at and go, nah, you don't. You've got this locked down. New England gets close. But there again, I mean, there were times against the Chargers that I felt like, what's happening right now? Well, the Chargers gave it a valiant effort. Just couldn't score. By the way, I don't think we've mentioned the news that Greg Roman got fired.
Woo.
But thank you for that. I feel like that is dismissal worthy. You go through 2 playoff games and could only score 1 touchdown. That's dismissal worthy. But the New England Patriots close to that team. I'm real curious to watch what happens with San Francisco and Seattle this weekend. So I think,
are you?
I am. Because I don't think Seattle's just going to trounce them.
God, I do. I think Seattle is going to. I think there comes a time in this game where Brock Purdy's head may be detached from his shoulders and bounce down the sidewalk like a beach ball. I think Seattle's going to obliterate them. And I get it. You're panicking about Sam Darnold. Your defense has to be good enough to actually force him to turn it over. And name me a team in the NFL that has a lower pressure rate than San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a hint. You can't because they don't exist. Yeah, that's the one game where I'm going, I feel very sure I know what's going to happen right there, especially with no George Kittle. You're telling me you got to beat that defense with DeMarcus Robinson, maybe Ricky Pearsall, and Sky Moore? Good luck to you. May the odds forever be in your favor.
Meanwhile, on the other side, you gotta hang with JSN.
Which, that's not going to be fun for you.
No.
Because Uptown Stout's going to be the one that gets to hang with him, and it's going to be like that song. It's fun for 2 or 3 plays, and by the 4th one, you're like, this needs to stop now.
Look at the L.A. Rams. They cracked against the Carolina Panthers. On the road, unequivocally. Never should have been that close. You are way better than the Carolina Panthers. Give the Panthers credit. Give the weather some credit in that as well. But still, that game should not have been that close.
No.
The Bills are still a team that can falter.
The Bills feel to me like I think you told me this. What's the line in that game? Buffalo is it still Buffalo minus 1.5?
1.5, I think. Yeah.
That is still the least surprising thing I think I've ever heard. Because I do look at Buffalo and go, you're the favorite in this. You are the favorite in that game, and I don't even think it's
Jacksonville is the favorite now. It's flipped.
Well, it would be tough for Jacksonville to be the favorite because they're at home.
Or
on their couch.
I'm looking at the
Denver.
wrong game. Sorry, Denver.
Yeah.
Sorry, I clicked on the wrong game.
You remember that thing I told you a long time ago about there's 2 times that you should ever bet an NFL game, and it's really early or really late? That's why. Because you could have caught Buffalo early, and then all the sharps are like, yeah, we got Buffalo. And it was steady for a couple days. Then the public comes in and goes, but Denver's the number 1 seed, and Bo Nix is so good at football, and that defense. Josh Allen, end the message. In the message, I don't care that we're playing in your house. I care that their quarterback is way better than yours, and I will take Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Buffalo plus the 1.5.
In. You may have to do the rest of the segment by yourself because I have to go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
Saturday, that's the opener, the 4:30 game on Saturday afternoon on CBS.
Hey, and all the people that complain about streaming services, this week they're all on cable, which you probably also don't have.
Interesting. I mean, it'll still be on Peacock on NBC. But it will be on. Yes, but it'll still be there. And to me that's it. Like I don't have the faith in the Broncos like you might unusual number 1 seed. I don't think they've been that strong of a team.
They're not.
The
they shut
defense
down half
good.
of the field.
Mm-hmm.
They've beaten a really pretty bad schedule, and they're really good against teams that only have 1 weapon. Buffalo has 2 weapons. The quarterback, who makes something out of every receiver. More than they should be. By the way, Did you see Terrell Shavers? Did you see the story about Terrell Shavers that came out yesterday?
No.
He tore his ACL in the first half.
Really?
He played the entire second half with it.
Wow.
He played more snaps than Keon Coleman with no intact ACL. That is one of the craziest things I think I've ever heard. They knew. I mean, you have to know he's hurt. If you've ever done that or even been around somebody that is, you can do a preliminary test on that and go, nope, that doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently his it duped him enough that they went, Nah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Drop back out there. Do a little scope and go, oh, bother.
Denver doesn't have that kind of resume. Sure, they win a bunch of games. 14-3, very respectable. The Minnesota Vikings were 14-3 last year. How much hope did you have for them?
I had less for Minnesota because I don't think that was a great team. I think Seattle's a great team that Sam just so happens to be the quarterback of.
Well, I was still talking about Denver.
I mean, I've been I was trying to draw the comparison of why I believe in Seattle versus why I didn't in Minnesota, even though they have the same quarterback.
All right.
And then I'll tie it back to Denver. I think Seattle's a great team. Denver, to me, is not a great team. You don't run well enough. You only really cover half the field. Yes, you get after quarterbacks. And so if it's a quarterback that I really worry about making an abundance of mistakes, my problem with Josh Allen is, does he have enough help to beat you?
I was going to say, you got one. You got one this week.
And see, that's not what I worry about with Josh Allen. It's not. The turnovers are one thing. Do I think Denver can do anything with it? I think this is going to come down to Josh Allen's got the ball in his hand with a chance to win. Can you stop him, yes or no? And I would lean to no, because I will always take a great quarterback over a great defense, especially when I just find two. Where is two? As soon as I find him, I'll know who might get this ball, because it's anybody but who's being defended by him.
Seattle is the one with I would say the most hype at this point, because the Rams took a hit last week. Nobody else in the NFC has been there. Chicago hasn't had that kind of buzz. San Francisco, as much as San Francisco fans want them to, hasn't had that kind of buzz, that kind of hype.
San Francisco's killed, for one. For two, I just don't think they're that good. I mean, it goes to the Brock Purdy thing that I've been saying for 2 full years now. There will come a day that you look at Sam Darnold and go, what did we do? And that day's right now.
Yes. That day is Saturday.
Mm-hmm. What did we do? We could have had that guy. For all we had to do was look at Brock Purdy and go, what will you fetch us on the open market? Who will fall for this? And we could have rolled with Sam Darnold, and you would be the favorite to win the Super Bowl right now. And I firmly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at Brock Purdy and go, you're not that guy, and you just lost one of your big advantages. And now I get Nick Eamon-Worry, who I can move all over the place because I don't need him dealing with George Kittle, because I'm not really worried about Jake Tonjes. He'll be on him some, don't get me wrong.
Say, as a prolific weapon, no.
Inside the 10-yard line. 3, find Tonjes. The other 90 yards of the field, 3. Just have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to put you everywhere. We're going to confuse him. We're going to drop you out. We're going to blitz you some. This is going to be a fun day. Because San Francisco doesn't have anybody I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to Christian McCaffrey me enough to beat me. And I firmly believe that.
Yeah. And it does feel like C-Mac against the world.
Yeah, it does.
Because all you got left is Juwan Jennings.
And Juwan Jennings I can deal with more than likely with Reek Woolen. If it's more intricate than that, I'll go Devin Witherspoon.
And honestly, all I got to do is I got to pull the old Dak Prescott on him. Remember first game of the season? When Dak Prescott goes out against the Philadelphia Eagles and just walked up and spat in the direction of Jordan Davis. That's all I got to do. Or Jalen Carter, excuse me. That's all I got to do. I got to find somebody to go out there and get under Juwan Jennings' skin.
Because he is another one of those.
He's a head case.
He gets a little mental.
He's a head case, and he's not DK Metcalf crazy, definitely not Antonio Brown crazy, but he's pretty up there. He's borderline George Pickens. And if you get in his head big enough, I mean, you could take one of their only weapons out of the game completely. I'm not saying he'll get kicked out, but all I'm saying is all you got to do is just get up in that head. Just picture like you're Nick Sirianni and you have a star wide receiver on your sidelines. Just be that guy. Just get under his skin and throw his whole game off. You're in the Sportsocracy. It is ESPN Asheville Divisional Round coming up this weekend. And, of course, we'll have all the picks for you on Football Friday. We'll be right back.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and details.
Jesus didn't live passively. He lived on a rescue mission. As we step into the new year, the Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow podcast reminds us that God has called us to more, to live on purpose and rise as conquerors. As followers of Christ, we're called to do the same because discipline may be painful in the moment, but it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow, and listen now.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
ESPN Asheville, broadcasting from the Ingles studio at Radio Ranch. Log on to ESPNAVL.com and make us your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app. ESPN Asheville, #1 for sports coverage in the mountains.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for, train for, run wind sprints when nobody's watching for, the moment when hours of gym time, court time, prep time, all culminate into this time, the moment when millions of bounces, blocks, and boards all add up to this, your moment. Ingles, we're with you every step of the way.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment, committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
You are a regular nuclear meltdown. You better cool off.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. We got 2 days to kick off. We're starting to get to that time. We're starting to get to that time, Jeremy, where it goes, oh, crap, this is almost over.
We've only got 7 games left.
We've only got a few more days.
What did you say we do now?
I got a Monday night college game for the national championship, which you'll hear right here on ESPN Asheville. Miami.
So Monday, we will do a overtime for the national championship game. If you'd like to join, you're more than welcome.
Live stream, is that what you're talking about? Okay, all right. Live reaction.
And now,
I'll be there for like a quarter, maybe.
I mean, frankly, I think the rest of us will be too, because I'm afraid that old Fernando gonna put this one to bed quicker than you want him to.
I love putting teams to bed. I read them stories and all kinds of things, just like my daddy did to me when I was a little kid. And I've got to say that this Indiana team is so fantastic, and I have to give all the glory to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for how –
There it is. At Sports Thing ESPN. I knew when he said that, like, fourth comma, I knew he's going to go too far here. I don't know what he's going to say, but I know he's going to go too far here.
No, I love it.
We have
you always got to thank the big man.
We have 2 super chats.
Show me the money, money. Show me the money.
The first one from Red Sea, who said, I'd like to start a motion for Pittsburgh to hire Arthur Smith as their head coach, just so we don't interview him. Talking about the Arizona Cardinals. Pittsburgh has their first confirmed request. It happened after we talked about this in the first hour.
Yep.
Tank, would you like to take a guess at who that interview was with?
John Harbaugh.
Nate Schalise, the exact coach that I said, that really strikes me as a Pittsburgh Steelery type hire.
Yes.
Because you go offense, but it's also the guy that's so far off the radar that, I mean, yes, he's interviewed for other jobs, but I don't think he's getting into the other ones. I could see a path he gets Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right. Nate Schalise.
I don't know that I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's very long.
I don't. I still don't have any idea who that person is. But, I mean, it kind of gives you that. You have to. You have to trust the organization at this point, don't you? After you've only hired 3 coaches since 1970. Well, hell, you've only hired 2 coaches since 1970 because, Chuck Noll was already there in 1970. Mm-hmm. Oh, that guy.
By the way,
Steeplechase. Yeah, I got you.
We have we have another super chat and we have breaking news. You can choose. Shilhase. Sounds like a event in the Winter Olympics. This guy's from Denmark, and he is the best at the Shilhase.
His Shilhase is the best.
It's in between the steeplechase and curling.
Exactly. You're right on top of it. Man, that's crazy. We got another super chat.
Give me that money. Give me that. I can't read that. It's that's a Shanahanism.
Uh-huh.
I cannot read that.
That was a lot.
It's a lot. It's phenomenal.
It's great.
It is great.
If you're
not on the YouTube,
bingo.
This is why you should be.
Exactly.
Because I can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can paraphrase.
10 Shanahanism, no doubt.
No doubt. Let's see if I can paraphrase. Kyle Shanahan's trip to Thailand had something to do with Powerball. It has 6 too. Number 2, Chicago Cinderella team in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Much love.
Yes.
They would be the Cinderella.
Yes, they are.
Because they are the one team that has a 58% passer as their quarterback and somehow manages to go elbow deep in their keister to pull out wins seemingly every week.
That's what I was going to say. The only way that they win a Super Bowl is if the actual fairy godmother came out and, turned their pumpkin of a quarterback into a beautiful carriage. And I don't think that's happening.
There's another way. Sasquatch, aliens, the government.
Mm-hmm. All of them?
Or the most powerful of all, the Tank Spencer kiss of
I believe that one's even beyond my reach.
It's not.
I think it is.
I don't believe anything is beyond the reach of the Tank Spencer kiss of death.
Really?
I think it can change anything. I think it can change political elections. I think it can change world currency markets. Frankly, I think it can change the opinion of the world on many matters. And I only hope, but with great power also comes great responsibility. Mm-hmm. And I hope you use your powers for good and never against me.
Mm-hmm. Well, for certain, I will not be saying anything good about your Jets for a while. So
that's fine. There's nothing good to say about
there.
them. Yeah, the Jets are the one thing that can buck your kiss of death. Because even that's not strong enough to make the Jets competent. And we have actually, I don't know if you should hit the button on this because it's not quite breaking news, but it's pre-breaking news.
Pre-breaking news.
So maybe just hit the button and then stop it.
Okay.
That'll do.
Yeah.
I was going to say go all the way through breaking news. Who's going to break the news?
No, because the news has not broken yet. So it's just who's going to, and then you give out who's going to do what, and then when we actually do then we break the news.
2 minutes from now, Oregon quarterback Dante Moore will be announcing his NFL draft decision. And the thoughts, hearts, and minds of an NFL draft nation await. Mm-hmm. I, as a New York Jet fan, await with bated breath, because this is the difference between next year I have a quarterback and next year I have Ty Simpson. And one of those I like and one of those I don't.
We're going to take a break here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We're going to take a break. We'll see if they pop up the news, and then we'll give you the news when we come back. Will he go or will he not go?
Will he stay or will he go? Now,
true.
Funniest part of this is Dylan Raiola sitting at home going, I already know the answer
I know
to
the
this.
answer.
I know the answer. They told me to get me to come here.
Never know. He could throw the curveball and just completely screw Dylan Raiola, which I would think is equally as funny. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories surround us, or at least west and north. Swain, Haywood, you're in that for this afternoon and in through tomorrow morning. That's where the snow will be, and it'll accumulate. We'll see some rain showers possible this afternoon here, 50. Rain showers eventually on over to a mix of rain and snow, possibly ending as snow early tonight. Cloudy with some clearing overnight. Mid-teens with a gusty wind developing. Partly sunny, windy, and cold tomorrow near 25. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Appalachian Sitework Ready Mix Division.
Cracks, erosion, uneven slabs, it only gets worse in freezing weather. Appalachian Sitework Ready Mix is your family-owned local concrete company serving Western North Carolina. Delivering reliable, high-quality concrete on time. Visit AppSiteInc.com today.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Want to save some money in 2026? Stop paying for apps you don't need. The iHeartRadio app is completely free. Live radio stations, music playlists for everything, and the most podcasts on the planet. The #1 app for radio is free. iHeartRadio. Listen now.
Did you know that Ingles sells more organics than any other grocery store? Or that they run their own dairy? Or that they only serve USDA Choice and Prime meat? Or that they donate 3,956 meals a day to local food banks? Well, now you do. It's all in the bag.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
Sure. You know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
And we're back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Breaking news out of the college football world, Jeremy.
Dante Moore will return to Oregon for the 2026 season.
Wow.
I had heard I've been saying this for weeks. He has let anybody know that would listen that this was more of a decision than people think. This sends shockwaves through college football, through the NFL draft. We'll start with Oregon. So that now means that Oregon will return Dante Moore, Evan Stewart, Mateo Uiagalelei, Bear Alexander, and Amari Washington. That's 5 potential All-Americans. Oregon will be the number 1 team in America next year preseason. I have no doubt about that. I am shocked that Dante Moore made what I think is the right decision, but it's a very risky decision.
100%.
Because now you go from being the no doubt 2, maybe the 1. You might have been the 1. There will be teams in the NFL that had a higher grade on Dante Moore because I think his ceiling is higher. It also reduces the chance that you become a New York Jet, which probably didn't hurt anything. Now you go into a quarterback class next year that is – we always say that a quarterback class is going to be loaded. You don't know what it's going to look like. But here's what I do know. These are the players that are going to potentially be available in the 2027 NFL Draft. Julian Sayin, Arch Manning, Lenoris Sellers, Sam Levitt, Brandon Sorsby, Dante Moore, Jaden Maiava, Dylan Raiola, DJ Lagway, Nico Iamaleava, Darian Mensah. That's 11 guys that would have been, at worst, the 3 in this class. Because now Trinidad Chambliss is clearly the 2 to me. Ty Simpson may be the 2 on some boards. I just think the end was so bad that it's borderline impossible. It's also weird to me that Ty Simpson keeps leaking information about who offered him what. It's a really bad look. The biggest stock up here is Trinidad Chambliss, because now I go from I had him to the Arizona Cardinals early in the second round of the first 3-round mock draft. I will now damn near guarantee you he goes in the first round because I don't see a way he doesn't. There's too many teams that need quarterbacks. Somebody's going to take the shot.
Right.
He's an older prospect, but what we saw in the college football playoff was high-level football. And if you can get that to translate, I think he's going to come up a little short.
And at this point, the age doesn't really bother me anymore about these quarterbacks.
The age should bother you, and I'll tell you why. The age should bother you with Trinidad Chambliss for the same reason that I'm bothered by Fernando Mendoza. How much more is there to get out of this kid? You're not taking a quarterback based on what they are right now. This is the Kenny Pickett rule. And I screamed this from the mountaintops. This kid's not going to get any better. He's already 24 years old. You've got what you've got. With Chambliss, I'm a little afraid that I don't know what the next turn is. Now, he only had 1 year of high-level coaching with Lane Kiffin. Then you even had a little bit of clunky where Kiffin leaves, and now it's Charlie Weiss. That's where you got the best of him that I ever saw. There might be some more there. What worries me about Mendoza is Kirk Cignetti made him this. Is there another step? Because who am I going to get that's a better coach in America than Kirk Cignetti? It's what we say about Nick Saban as well. You got everything they are. If I'm taking Fernando Mendoza, I want him to have 2 or 3 steps beyond what I already see to be a franchise quarterback. He'll be a decent NFL starter as it sits. But if there's no more to grow, then that can become a problem. Now Dante Moore goes into the Thunderdome, and if you're a fan of college football, next year just got a lot more interesting.
Absolutely. You got all of those quarterbacks that you thought half of them were going to be in this class. But this year was so rocky that you couldn't – it just didn't make any sense. And after the game the other night, I felt like this probably was the best path for Dante Moore. I do like the fact that he said that in the announcement during the break. We flipped it over onto the old mothership there, and the first words out of his mouth basically were, "I have prided myself my entire career being prepared for what I'm about to do, and I'm not prepared to go to the NFL." And I think he proved that in the semifinal game.
Well, and he should have been really honest there of, I pride myself on being prepared for things, and I am not prepared to tie my professional career to the New York Jets. And
that could have played a large role as well. Well, who would want to?
Nobody.
Nobody.
It's a disaster. It's a train wreck of a disaster. And now next year's class, I mean, we will start draft prep in the end of May for next year. That's how good this class can be.
Mm-hmm.
There will be more quarterbacks with first and second day grades in next year's class than there will be drafted in this class, period.
Yes.
This quarterback class just became the worst quarterback class of my lifetime.
And next year just became the best, though, didn't it?
Preliminarily. If you remember, we said that same thing about this class because it was supposed to have Lenoris. Drew Aller was supposed to be better than he was.
Arch.
Some people believed in Cade Klubnik, which I still think is funny. Arch is interesting. I got into this discussion with a couple other draft guys over the weekend. If Arch was in this class, where does he go?
6th round.
I
don't know.
I'm going to give you another crack at that where you don't say something that sounds completely, absolutely insane.
I don't know.
I'll go 1. I think he goes 1. I think he's ahead of Fernando Mendoza.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because his high side's so much higher.
Is it, though?
Arch is, 3 years younger?
I mean, yeah, he's got 3 more years to produce, I guess.
This is also why, by the way,
he doesn't look better.
This is he did towards the end of the year. He looked good at the end of the year. He didn't look better than Mendoza, but you can go back to how well that team is coached. Look at how badly Steve Sarkisian teams have flopped with high-level quarterbacks. He pushed Quinn Ewers all the way into the 7th round. I think Arch Manning would go number 1 in this class. This is also why I would caution quarterbacks, stop doing that. This is what I'm doing super early. There, to me, are probably 5 quarterbacks that decided to come back to school that could have been a top 5 pick in this draft. Lenora Sellers, with all of his drawbacks, he would have been a top 5 pick, no doubt. Wow. Is he ready to do it? No.
No. God, no.
No. But now you go into the wood chipper of
sad.
You could have cost yourself millions of dollars. And frankly, Dante Moore could too. Because he's going in based on that one performance against Indiana. He's going to go into next year with a great big red flag at the top of that of the biggest game you ever played. You were a complete dud.
Mm-hmm. So Dante Moore throws the curveball. We thought when the news came out that Dylan Raiola was transferring from Nebraska to Oregon that was a done deal. Apparently not. Dante thought about it long and hard.
But also wager.
We're not doing that.
Also wager Dylan Raiola has a call into his agent right now going, "Hey, buddy, what happened to that intel you had in Cozy? You represent Dante Moore too. What happened to that? Because now I look like a big goober."
Does he look like a goober? I mean, he's got enough time to make another decision.
He does. And to me, he's got to. Whoever 2 was, that's where you go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you a team that makes all the sense in the world. Tennessee. Tennessee's got a lot of talent, no quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And just look at all the different iterations of this, because Tennessee right now, it looks like Taron Dickens would be their quarterback, because Tennessee's been hot on him because they missed on everybody else.
Yeah.
So, this could have –
Oh, you're talking about Tiger from Western.
Yes.
Okay.
That was where this has been trending for about the last 48 hours, is that Tiger would end up at Tennessee. Well, now Dylan Raiola's got to be looking around going, there are only so many spots that I can land. I mean, because he started for 2 years, and you're telling me now he's going to go be the backup to Dante Moore?
Mm-hmm.
If he is,
hey, good Bill,
I'm going to be
get him to come to Carolina.
Confused.
Can we do that?
To Carolina, yeah, I mean, he did lose Gio Lopez.
Right.
That was money well spent.
Oh, shucks. Shoot.
He went to Wake Forest.
Take a look.
Now, what does this do for the top of the 2025 or 2026 NFL draft? Mendoza's locked in at 1.
Yes.
I'm now there is, as long as he has 2 hands, a head, and 2 foots at the end of this season.
2 foot. Yeah.
We get to the end of April, and he's still got all of those things. He's number 1 pick of this draft, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
What do the Jets do at 2? You can't take one of these quarterbacks at 2.
Sell.
Who's going to buy?
I don't know.
Who am I buying to come up here and get? A thin edge rusher that's really more of an off-ball linebacker? A safety? And I'll be honest with you, 1,000% if I'm the New York Jets, I take Caleb Downs.
Mm-hmm.
I screwed this up with Kyle Hamilton. I won't screw it up again. I'll take Caleb Downs at 2. Just know I've got a dog in the back end of that secondary. And I'll let the rest of the pieces fall where they may. If Mendoza, or not Mendoza, if Chambliss is still on the board at 16, maybe Ty Simpson. I think that's still too high for him. I consider it. Maybe at 16 you can get somebody to play ball to get to the back end of the first round. Or you do what I said as soon as they made these deals of, I'm waiting until 2027. I'm going to have 3 darts in this gun, and I can go get whoever I want.
Mm-hmm. Can you get somebody to trade up with you?
To where?
I don't know. Up to 2. Does anybody want to get up there to get like a Reuben Bain?
No
or
way.
Spencer Fano?
No way.
I'm
just telling
Maguire.
Name me the last time it happened. I'll wait.
What?
Name me the last time a team traded up to 2 to get a player like what you just said.
Travis Hunter's closest I can think.
Travis Hunter was at 5.
Mm-hmm.
This is at 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 3 first-round picks. There's nobody up there. I mean, the only one there's 2 that make sense. One of them plays a position that we would mock you for till the end of time. That's Jeremiah Love. Caleb Downs is the other one. He plays safety. Even if you think he's Ed Reed, which is what he would have to be, and I kind of do, that's even steep for that because he is a safety. It's too easy to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
Bain, there's too many questions about his size. Where exactly does he play? Maui Noah is a right tackle. That's too much to give up for a right tackle, especially if you don't have a left-handed quarterback. Fano, it's way too high. I can see where I'm at. This just threw the top of this draft into chaos, and I think it made Caleb Downs a lot of money. Because when in doubt, when you've got 5 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks in the next 2 years, what do you do when this happens? I don't have a quarterback. I can't procure one. Okay, then I'll deal with a veteran, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, whether it's Tyrod Taylor, whether it's – I don't really care who it is because this team's not going to be good next year anyway. They wouldn't have been good with a rookie. I'll sign the veteran. I'll bring back Breece Hall. If he doesn't want to play ball, I'll franchise him. I'm going to get a weapon for whoever it is. I'm going to develop that weapon. I'm going to try to solidify the offensive line and start trying to piece together a defense because that defense is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go Caleb Downs, Peter Woods, okay. Get you a receiver in the second round. I had him taking Chris Brazil from Tennessee and Chris Johnson from San Diego State as a corner. That's 4, no doubt, day 1 starters. And you've added those 4 players. You have 3 first-round picks and a second next year. That can get me whatever quarterback I want. You've got a lot of money to spend in free agency, and you can start to rebuild this roster. Then comes the dominoes from that of you want me to tell you who the angriest human in America is right now?
Who's that?
Adam Peters in Washington. I guarantee you he was just watching that announcement when he said, I'll come back to Oregon. He went into his closet and just went, damn it! Because that means I'm not going to have, no doubt, Reuben Bain or Reese or Caleb Downs. Because now all 3 of them are going to be gone.
Mm.
So now it's, oh, God, all the elite guys are going to be gone at 7. What do I do? With Spencer Fano and Jeremiah Love are the top 2 rated guys on my board.
Jeremiah Love.
I wouldn't hate Jeremiah Love.
We do Jeremiah Love and steal him away from the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not 100% sure he's even going to be there. This just threw the biggest wrench in an NFL draft that I think I've seen in the last 10 years. And I had heard it. I've told you this how many times that Dante Moore is not committed to coming out in this class.
We thought it was done deal, though.
I didn't. I've told you 100 times. He has let this be known. I have not made a decision. Mm-hmm. And with how bad that it was, you remember I told you on the live stream. In the third quarter of that game, I said, Dante Moore has to come back. His representation has to tell him, I have to come back.
Yep.
Dante Moore coming back to Oregon for his final season.
Which puts the Oregon Ducks as the favorite to win the national championship next year. To me, they have to be the number one team in the country preseason.
And Randy said I was pretty confident of it yesterday, giving Raiola. Yeah, because they're repped by the same guy. That had nothing to do with Dante Moore. I couldn't believe that an agent would look at Dylan Raiola and go, yeah, go to Oregon, if he didn't know that Moore was coming out. But that's the first time I've ever said that. And it only had to do with the guy that's coming in at quarterback. Now, he can still bail out, and I think he probably will.
He has no choice.
You can't start for 2 years and then sit behind Dante Moore.
No. He has to go.
Because I'll be honest with you, I think he probably belongs in next year's draft too.
And everybody, and the, it's not too late in the process for the schools either. Schools can still shuffle. And Dylan Raiola, is he one of those that you'd go, yeah, I know I got this guy, but he really wants to be here?
Ole Miss, it looks like Ole Miss is going to swing and miss on DJ Lagway, trying to pull him away from Baylor. So, I mean, that one's open to Raiola. There are a lot. Tennessee, Miami. There are a lot of places that are open to him. He's still got a lot of choices. And that second-tier quarterback, the Tiger Dickens from right here in an hour up the street. Your options just became more fruitful.
Kelvin Joyner wants to know, with the quarterback class being so weak and Anthony Richardson being only 23, does that give them some ammo?
Yes.
Teams are going to be calling them to get Anthony Richardson.
The problem is going to be that so many teams had such a low grade on him in the first place that what he's done has only lowered that, and he's gotten older, and he's getting closer to a contract decision. So what is he worth? I mean, is Indy going to move? Is Indy going to move on him for a 5th-round pick? Even if it's conditional and can get to a 3, would you tap out on that?
Yes.
I would if I'm Indianapolis, because I know definitively he's not my future, and I'm getting ready to have to pay Daniel Jones. You've also got is Daniel Jones going to be ready for the season? Is Anthony Richardson going to be asked to be the starter? Am I going to have to go replace him?
I was going to say, do I care?
If Anthony Richardson, on how the rehab's going.
If Anthony Richardson is penciled in as my starter, which, I mean, he has to be with the injury right now, I do not care. If you'll give me something for him, I'll go get Joe Falco for another 3 weeks to start the season.
He has to retire at some point.
No, he doesn't.
I think Joe Flacco's old enough to be my dad.
Joe Falco still has to stay in. He still has to stay in the league so he can go play for the Pittsburgh Steelers and complete the AFC North cycle.
The 3 most angry teams in the NFL right now,
New York Jets,
are the New York Jets, the New Orleans Saints, and the Washington Commanders. Because they're the ones looking at this going, everything that we wanted in the top 8 just got thrown out the window because now there's not a second quarterback. This has made this so much more interesting. And now, just wait. As we go through this process, I guarantee you when we land in Dallas, the spin zone is going to start of, well, we got a high grade on Drew Aller. Still believe a little bit in Cade Klubnik. And you're going to start getting those. And it'll be those 2 and Garrett Nussmeier. Those will be the 3 that you hear a lot. And don't be shocked if the Jets wind up taking one of the 3 of them as
John Mateer.
I don't know that he's coming out. He can come back.
Okay.
Don't be shocked if the Jets do one of those 3. Not like New Orleans did, because they took Shuck at the top of the second. But there is a little risk, but it's not nearly as bad. And we can chuck this out there for a year. He doesn't have to start immediately. We'll just see what we've got. And what if you hit? What if you hit on an Aller, or you hit on a Nussmeier, or you hit on – I'm not going to say Cade Klubnik because there's a less than a 0% chance of that. And then next year you got 3 first-round picks that may all be in the top 20 in the best quarterback draft class of all time. Ooh, let's go one step further. If the Jets were to randomly hit on a guy, what if they have 2 in the top 5? Do you realize the king's ransom you could wind up with? Oh, you could also end up with Jeremiah Stewart and Dylan Stewart and Jeremiah Smith.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The world is your oyster. Just don't screw this up by taking the wrong quarterback.
I was going to say, the world is your oyster. Just tends that the Jets usually leave that oyster sitting outside on the sidewalk in the middle of July just to rot. And you can't afford that. Now you've got all the bullets in the gun. You got to start hitting some targets. The last couple of drafts weren't too bad for the Jets.
I think they had one of the 10 best classes in the league this year.
So
I said that earlier today.
Maybe this is the path forward. You are in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville, your path forward to a great meal. 135 Cox Avenue on the South Slope in downtown Asheville. Bears Smokehouse Barbecue, the official barbecue of the Sportsocracy. Get by there to get some more of that Texas pepper barbecue sauce because my stock's at home running a little bit low there, Jeremy. Going to have to make a run for some of the best meat in town, and, of course, got to get me some bear balls. And you can get the bear balls upgraded into the total package. They'll put a hot dog inside your bear ball, which, if you're new to the program, the bear ball is a great concoction of mac and cheese and cornbread and pulled pork, all deep fried and covered in cheese sauce. You put a hot dog in the middle of that thing, it's the best corn dog you've ever had in your life. And they're only $5 for two of them at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue each and every day. Just look at the sign that's got our two ugly faces beside it and go, I want what the fat guys eat. They'll know what you're talking about. Or just ask for the wiener balls. They'll know what you're asking for there as well. BearsBBQ.com. Go check them out today. And don't forget all the games this weekend in the NFL playoffs. And, of course, the Monday night National Championship game. All going to be on at the Back Alley Bar. We will wrap it up for you. Back with you on ESPN Asheville tomorrow at noon.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
Winter weather advisories surround us, or at least west and north, Swain, Haywood, you're in that for this afternoon and in through tomorrow morning. That's where the snow will be, and it'll accumulate. We'll see some rain showers possible this afternoon here, 50. Rain showers eventually on over to a mix of rain and snow, possibly ending as snow early tonight. Cloudy with some clearing overnight. Mid-teens with a gusty wind developing. Partly sunny, windy, and cold tomorrow near 25. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Every weekday, this is what you'll sound like after winning $1,000 in bonus bucks.
Oh my goodness! Oh, nice.
Get ready to win right here.
Win $1,000 on ESPN Asheville.
Explore a career as a correctional officer. NC Department of Adult Correction is hiring with state benefits and paid vacation. Becoming a correctional officer can be a rewarding first step along a public safety career. Visit dac.nc.gov/cojobs.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-IHEART.
Mission New Year cleanup has begun with the agents at Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Here's the deal. Get 2 rooms cleaned for free with the purchase of 2 rooms. Mention ESPN Asheville when calling or easily schedule online at ZeroResAsheville.com.
Now that a new year is here, start 2026 by showing your gratitude. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, celebrating the incredible impact of public school educators. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life who's gone above and beyond for their students to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom. Teachers give their time, money, and hearts to help students succeed. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Get all the info and nominate a teacher who goes the extra mile today at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets, just like in the car. You're our number one. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
I'm Amy Grant. No one was more surprised than I was to learn I was living with a rare heart condition. So listen to your heart. I'm here today because I did. Learn more at helpheart.org.
Dan Scott here, inviting you to check out my new show every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. here on ESPN Asheville, where we bring sports and faith together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
This football season, Bears Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville. Your home for football where the fans feast.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
This football season, Bear Smokehouse Barbecue is where the fans feast. Catch every game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on big screens with booming sound, cold drinks, and the best barbecue in town. Bring your crew and tackle the game day grub package. A dozen wings, a pound of pork or chicken, a full rack of ribs, 3 pints of sides, and slider rolls, feeding 4 hungry fans. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or just here for the ribs, Bears is the ultimate game day destination. Bears Barbecue in downtown Asheville, your home for football, where the fans feast.
Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, an iHeart radio station, guaranteed human.